What's up, y'all? I think we live. Let me know how this microphone is coming in. The music's a little loud right now, but let me know how this microphone is coming in. And I'm going to jump over to Facebook real quick because you know what I always got to do. Give it about 10 or 15 seconds. Go to Facebook, F5 refresh. And this is for all you people out there that want to do live streams one day. You'll see a padlock. Go to that padlock. Click it. Go over to public. Hit public. Open or save. Bam. We're now live on Facebook. It's that quick. Give it about 15 seconds to catch up. What up, my man Steve, Black Wolf, Porfino. Say, wait, Porfirio. Porfirio Rubirosa. I always say Porfino, and there's no N in it. Porfino. No, there's no N even in it. What up, King James, my man Darius, Slide 2 Raw, what's good, y'all? Everybody's getting up in the building. I know this is a late live stream, but man, I had a crazy busy day. King James actually helped me out today, man. So let me know if this microphone is coming in clear. If it's crackling, let me know. What up, David, my man? But yeah, King James, he helped me out, man. I was almost overlapping in my bookings, man. I was pushing real close. And he had just so happened to text me, and he was like, "Hey, man, what's good?" And I was like, "Thank goodness you text me, man." I said, "Hey, do me a favor. I'm gonna need some help." So he was like, "Okay, what do we got?" "All right, thank you, my man." Triple E said, "We good." "All right, bet, we good." So I was like, "All right, cool, man." I said, because this is gonna be a crazy day today. So we ended up, all right, here we go. Let me turn this down some. There we go. The Mighty Night Foot and Pedal Ball. There you go. Okay, he said, "Stay on, please. I'm about to start my night shift." Hey, I just got on. You know, this might be 2 or 3 hours, man. It might be 2 or 3 hours. Oh, I know, King James. Hey, it's horrible out there right now. Horrible. Hernando, my man, greetings from Florida. And tonight we got another one of my trusty little lists right here. So we're going to get into some cool topics tonight, like you see in the title. Uber no tips and DoorDash meal credit plans. But I got some lists up in here. And to start off, everybody knows by now that Dank DeMoss, the big rapper, she ended up losing her lawsuit to Lyft. I guess it got dismissed. Not enough evidence. So nobody has to worry about big people, you know, trying to get Uber X's and Lyft basic rides and stuff like that. You know, we don't got to worry about that now. Everybody was kind of worried. Man. Hey, King James, hey, man. Like I said, I'm glad you was there to help me out. And you know how my clients are. If my clients know that I'm going to show up and I'm doing the level of customer service, the clean car I got, the way it is, they're going to pay you exactly what they would pay me, whether you got a black SUV or not. My man Eric, he'll tell you, Triple E will tell you. One time I had him do a quick trip for me one time. I think they paid him like $50. It wasn't in the black SUV. He came in a silver car to pick me up. Driver, my client was like, "Make sure you get us to the driver." $50. Uber was paying $16 for that trip. $50. But that's how my clients take care of people, man. Like I said, when you show up today to help out my client, they didn't say, "Oh, well, wait, you got a car? Oh, I thought you had a black SUV." "Oh, well, if you don't got a black SUV, I'm not paying you." They didn't say that. What did my clients say? "Thank you for coming here and I'm glad you helped filling in for Jeff. You know, I know Jeff's a busy guy. He's got clients all over the city. No questions asked. They gave you the money. Bam. Here you go. Same thing they would have paid me." And that's what I do, man. Exactly. Triple E says, yep. And hey, my people, they come, man. They take care of my folks. Oh, $55 paid. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Because that's what I normally charge. They gave me what, 140 so far. Well, they gave me 200 because I had to do 3 trips. So each trip was almost $70. I got $200 to do 3 trips. And you did my last trip for me for the 55. But they were giving me, because I had to do extra stuff. We had to go stop by store. We had a baby and stuff like that. So I had a lot of extra stuff to do. But I only charge them $45. That's all I charge is $45. The trip I got to do tomorrow for the same house is only $40. So tomorrow my trip will be $40. Black SUV, $40. But it's a super short trip. I got to just pick them up, take them to Scottsdale Airport. Super short trip, $40. I'm like, all right, cool. No problem, man. No problem. Oh, William, you got to look at my February videos for that, man. It's March the 24th right now. That shit's been almost 2 months ago. Bro, you late. You almost 2 months late for that conversation, man. We already talked about that shit 2 months ago. Oh, no, I already made a couple of $100 today, man. I'm not going out tonight. I don't really do downtown anyways. I don't really do that. So, you know, if I needed the money bad enough, I'd shoot downtown and try to work down there. But man, I don't like that traffic, too much construction, crazy stuff and everything. Man, I don't even mess with downtown some nights. I made a couple $100. I did 3 rides, made $200. Well, $210 actually. Came home. King James took my last ride for me because I would have made about 260, but he took my last ride for me because I couldn't make it. There was no way I could do it. I was like, I'm booked too close, man. I'm running too tight. But Dank DeMoss, she lost her lawsuit, man. We don't got to worry about Dank no more. So she's about to start ordering like Lyft XLs and Uber XLs, y'all. Be careful out there. Y'all gonna be having some 400-500-pound people jumping in your cars now. She done lost her whole thing, man. So yeah, it's a mess. Used to average 120 after a game. Oh man, there's times when I went down there, downtown, and I maybe made $45. Sitting down there waiting on black SUV rides after games and everything. $45. Man, forget, I ain't going back down there. Nope. Sad news. Soon here is going to be Triple E, Florida. Uh-oh. Triple E, Eric's talking about moving to Florida. No, man, you're going to be going to Florida. Hey, but you be traveling down there anyways, man. You be traveling down there anyways. Say, since you got cats out here pushing 13 hours, 24 trips, only bringing home 150. Yeah, that's crazy. I did 3 trips, made my 210, and I drove 16 miles, about 7 miles, puts me at 23, and the last one was about 30. So I did 30 miles a day, 30 miles of driving for 210. And James did one for me. I think that one was probably about 15, 16 miles. That would have been my last one. So I would have went like 45 miles and I would have made like 265 or something like that. Because like I said, we set it up, man. We do all, what up, Craig? We do private rides out here, man. We do private rides. We don't mess around. When it's time to make this money, we show up, we take care of clients, we bring bottled water. If they drinking, we bring some drink for them, whatever it takes. We make sure we load the luggage for them, get everything situated, hit the door, we out. And they take care of us pretty well, man. And I love it, man. I love it. And that's how we do. And, right now we've got, so I already talked about, let's scratch Dank DeMoss off real quick. And I was going to talk a little bit about team building because of what King James did for me, what Eric's done for me before. When you got people around you that you can text them and be like, hey man, listen, tomorrow I'm running real close, man. Is it any way you can help me tomorrow? What time? Around 2:30. I'm pushing a lot of close airport rides right now. People are landing, coming and going all at the same time. And I don't like rushing through traffic. So luckily King James was there for him. When you got teams like that, and y'all know King James been around from the get-go. He's been around since, I think I had the Jeep. I had the Jeep when me and King James used to rip and run, man. It was way before the Beamer. So he's always been there for me, man. Always stepping up to the plate. Like, hey man, I got you. If you need me, just shoot me a text. I'll move some stuff around, see what I can do. And these are really good clients. This client is a massive ordeal. They're a big ordeal. There are 6 separate families, but they all purchased the same property. And these 6 separate families are flying in and out of town all the time. There's 6 separate families. Everybody's doing their own thing. So I got my clients already here in Phoenix doing what I got to do with my clients here. When these clients call, it could be any of the family members. It could be a brother, a cousin, a grandparent. Today, I think you took the parents. You took Kayla's parents today. So I appreciate you for taking her parents and everything. Well, Kelsey's parents. You took Kelsey. It was Kelsey's parents because it was Kayla who you took. So I appreciate you taking them for me, man, because like I said, there's always that house is always busy. It's always moving. Somebody's coming and going. So I want to be there for them. Those are like my prime time clients right there. They're my prime clients. Those people, I really cater to them. I really take care of them because they take care of me very well. If they were going through the apps all the time, they get a different driver. Every single time they get me. Every single time. Today was the first time that I was super booked to where I had to use somebody else and they were completely impressed. They were satisfied. So I appreciate you for showing up. Clean car, professional. Man, I appreciate it because I always look out for my clients are my business, man. My clients are my business and I protect my business because this is my money. This is how I pay my bills. My clients are my business. If I don't protect my clients, I lose my business. I lose referrals. I lose that continued business. So I make sure when I give them to a client, when I gave them to you, King James, I knew what I was doing. I already knew what I was doing. Because if they ever need somebody again, I got you. Just like with Bighorn Kev. When I gave him one of my clients, Skylar and his family, I knew what I was doing. Because if it comes a point when my schedule is locked and I can't do something, they are already familiar with somebody who has a high service level, a very clean car, on time, great attitude. They're already ready for that. And my clients, like I said, I take care of them. They take care of me, man. I tell people 7 miles, $100. 9 miles, $100. My clients take care of me like that, man, because I've always been there for them. We stop at Circle K. I go get Diet Coke. I have vodkas and everything in the car for them already. Say, oh shit, we got vodka and diet. Yeah, you got vodka and diet. You my client. I know what you drink. You my client. So sometimes they don't even want it. So I just put it back in the freezer. The vodka's in the freezer now. So the next time we ride, I take the vodka bottles out. I throw them in the car. I got all the stuff set up for them. When I show up, the vodka's there. If they don't want it, they don't want it. I put it back in the freezer. It's like, man. So that's how I do it, man. So I appreciate you for understanding how I take care of my clients. You gave me no excuses, no side. Well, I can't do it, man. I'm going to find somebody else to do it. You didn't give me all of that. You was like, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Because my clients, man, they're some special people. A lot of clients I got are some very special people. I picked up my man Jeff today, Crypto Face. He's on YouTube as Crypto Face. I picked him up today from the airport. That was one of my later clients. Picked him up. Man, he's another one of them guys, man. One of my prime clients, man. He's like the ace. He's the ace. And that's somebody I would only trust with. Thank you, my man Greg. He says, damn, you live, big dog. Late. And it's late. It's late. And it's like, yeah, good that you have connections, Jeff. You protect your clients. Oh, yeah. And just like with Jeff, I would protect him. I wouldn't just set anybody up with him because I don't want my clients treated like pieces of property. My clients are treated like family. I don't pass them around to people so they can pass to other people and pass the other people and they can't make it past the other people. No, my clients are not commodities. These are people. I know their personalities. I know who they'll get along with. I know what they drink. I know which stores they want to swing by, maybe. If they want to go by Starbucks and pick some up, I even asked them, hey, you want to stop by Starbucks to get some? I already had one earlier. I actually Uber Eats one earlier. All right, cool. Hey, you want to stop by Starbucks? Actually, I do. Glad you asked. I'm like, no problem. Because I'll drive like maybe 10 miles and get like $80. Of course, I'm going to stop by Starbucks. I'm going to ask you where you want to stop. I'm going to ask you if you need to stop somewhere on the way. This is what I do. My clients are not commodities. I don't treat them just like people going to and from. They share time with me. They share life with me. I understand who they are. They understand who I am. I'm very hospitable. Vegas taught me hospitality. We're in no rush. When I pick up my clients, that's their block of time. When I feel rushed, what do? I call King James. When I feel rushed, I'm like, bro, I would be 5 minutes late, but I'm not about to rush just to be 5 minutes late. Because that 5 minutes could turn into 10 minutes. That 10 minutes might turn into 15. I'm not going to rush. If I know I can't be there 10, 15 minutes early, then I'm not going to be there. I need to make a phone call to my team. If I'm not showing up 10 minutes early, one of my teammates are showing up. And I text them. I gave them James' phone number. I told them what car he was in, everything like that. I had it all set up for them. They were like, thank you. They were hearts and love, everything. Because when I send somebody in my place, that is a reflection of who I am. And they know me. They know how I roll. They've been dealing with me for a long time. So I was like, man, Zay Jeff, your son never suggested YouTube. You still do it knowing you're the creative person? Probably not. I'd probably be in a garage building a motorcycle by now, man. I'll be building a bike by now somewhere. Like I said, my time, I love being in my garage. YouTube is something you guys, I'm telling you, man, you guys created this YouTube channel. Now I tell people that all the time. I didn't create this channel. I hosted it. I started it based on my son. But you guys, all you drivers out there, Greg, Christopher, Fortune, King James, Russell, man, all y'all, man, Triple E, Eric, all of y'all, my man Black Wolf Steve, Sly 2 Raw, all y'all created this channel just by being present, by bringing that energy and creating it. I never tell people I built a YouTube channel. No, we built a YouTube channel, y'all. We built one. We're currently trying to build another one, J Watts TV. We're going to get that one built so we can talk about more broader topics than just what I talk about over here. But I enjoy and I appreciate the way you guys have been hanging with me through this whole ups and the downs and them like shadow banning me and giving me the little yellow dollar sign on everything when they didn't want to monetize me. I appreciate you guys rocking with me through all of that. And here we are. We're still here. Because that's what team mentality is sometimes, knowing that somebody's going through a rough period and saying, I got your back, bro. I'm going to show up on your live streams. I'm going to super chat you. I'm going to super thank you. I'm going to show up. I got your back, bro. I know you could be doing anything in the sun. You could be doing anything out there. But here you are with us. We got your back. Don't worry about it. Because if I wasn't doing this, I'd be outside like y'all. I'd be out there making, $400 or $500 trying to, do cash rides, conversions, getting more clients. I'd be doing that. But I tell you guys the truth, and I keep it real with y'all about what's really going on here in the Phoenix market, about how we operate, how I do not mind giving my clients to one of my teammates so they can make the money that I was going to make. I'm not greedy with it. I know I can make the money, but taking care of my client is way more important than me trying to be greedy and saying, well, I'm just going to be 5 minutes late, but I got to get this 55. I don't run late. My clients know me. I don't run late. Even King James, he was saying, bro, I'm going to be there. It was supposed to be at 2:30. He said, dude, I'll be there at 2:15. I said, damn, you sound like me. Because man, you'll say they get picked up at 2:30. Be there a little early, like 2:20 or so, man. Just kind of cruise up. So he treats my clients how I do. You show up early. If you're showing up on time, you're already late. Today, I was supposed to pick up my other client at 2:30. I started driving her at 1:20. She said, Jeff, can you be here at 2:15? I started driving at 1:20 because I was going to drive and stop by her house and clean the truck off and then be there by like 2:20 or something like that. She said, can you be here by 2:15? I said, I'm already on my way there. I got there before 2:15. I got there. It was almost 2 o'clock when I got there. I stopped, gassed up and everything, got me something to drink. Got there. It was about 2 o'clock. Made it through 2 traffic jams. She was already ready. That's why I run. And I was supposed to pick her up at 2:30. She was already ready when I got there at 2. That's why I run early. So when I got her, by the time we got to the airport, it was about 2:25 because she's only like 25 minutes through traffic. 2:25, we get to the airport. I'm already 15 minutes down the highway from where I'm supposed to be to pick them up. So I was going to be late no matter what. There was no way I was going to be able to do it. Luckily, King James stepped up. And that's the importance of having people around you that can say, I can step up and do that. If you're running late, hit me up and just let me know what part of town, how many am I picking up? And I told them how many. I told them with the luggage. I told them everything. Gave them all the details, the phone number and everything. Because they need to communicate. Once I'm out of the picture, they need to communicate. Now my client is your client. You are now me. For this whole transaction, you're me now. That's it. The only way to make sure you're not late is to be. I hate being late, man. It's the worst feeling is being late. First, man, hate that. First private ride on the motorcycle. What up, Alex? What's good? Yeah, but that was my whole team building 101. So let me scratch that off the list. I just wanted to make sure I got that part out the way. Appreciate you, King James, once again. Thank you for standing up, my man. We'll have to do it. Trust me, I get crazy busy. Over here, man. So you'll be picking up some more rides off of me, man. Definitely. And like I said, tomorrow or the next day, I want to sit down with you. I want to meet up with you. So we'll meet up somewhere because I got an idea what I want to do with your car. I got an idea. So we'll meet up over the next day or so and I'll do something for you. So now what up, Serious Black Thought? Now let's talk about the Uber no tips necessary. This is what's funny. If y'all ever watch my content, a lot of people, we got a lot of new people. I mean, we're at almost 13,800 people, a lot of new people on this channel. So I've always said I charge my clients enough to not tip me. And they always tip me anyways. I say I charge enough so I don't want you to tip me. And I even tell my clients, this is how much it is. It's $45 and you ain't even got a tip. I tell them that. It's this much money and you ain't even got a tip. I tell them that each time. But the only reason why I tell them that is because I'm already making a fair amount of money. If you're not making a fair amount of money, the tip is 100% necessary. It is necessary. I charge my clients enough to wait. They didn't got to tip me. Hey man, this is a $65 ride. I had a trip that I charged them $280. It was a $280 round trip. They ended up giving me $360. They tipped me $80 on top of that. I thought $280 was fair. You ain't got to pay me nothing extra. $280 was fair, but they tipped me because they wanted to pay me. When I tell people not to tip me, I mean it. I say, hey man, this ride is only $50. You ain't even got to tip me, man. I tell them that. Yet Uber and Lyft, they're sitting there saying, don't tip our drivers. Well, you're not paying us enough to begin with. That's where the problem is. I don't mind the not tipping, but pay the driver enough to where he's not living off the tip. That's where the problem is right there. If you pay drivers enough not to tip, nobody would have to tip. But they keep raising the fares up. They raise the fares so high, nobody has money to tip. So it's like they're giving us $3, $2, $1. Back in the day, we used to get 20s. Man, here's a 20, here's a 20, here's a 20, here's a 20. I was getting 10 out of 10 trips on the day. Now, if I do rideshare, I might do 3 trips with no tips at all. I might do 5 trips, 1 tip. Back in the day, I get 8 out of 9, 9 out of 10 every day. Every single day I used to do rideshare. Now, I rarely see tips on it because they're jacking the fares up to where people don't tip, or just stealing the tip altogether. Doordash just got sued for that, stealing all the tips. Just got caught for stealing all the tips. So I'm like, if you want to put this policy out to say don't tip our drivers, then you need to have a policy on the app saying we need to pay these drivers more. But don't start hitting everybody with new fees and we're going to raise the fees up. We're going to raise the fares up. We're going to raise the fees up. And well, what about, are the drivers making extra? No. Because even with the surge is hidden. You're giving us prices with a $5, $6 surge on it, but it's the exact same price if it didn't have surge at all. It's the same price. Or you say, hey man, I'm gonna give you a $15 surge. Yes, but you give me a 70-mile trip. So it comes out to be $1 a mile. We're gonna give you $70 for 70 miles. It would only be $55 if not for this $15 surge you had. No, I'm not doing those 70 miles for $70 just because it got a $15 surge on there, because I wouldn't do it at all, period. It should be 70 straight up. But yet people want to sit up there in some of our comments on the videos talking about how they would drive for $1 a mile. If you're driving for $1 a mile, that means your time is free. If you're driving for $1 a mile, your time is free. If you're driving for $1 a minute, that's different. But you're driving for $1 a mile, your time is completely free. If I drove for $1 a minute and I drove for 60 minutes straight, like picking up a little, and I made $60 an hour, cool, I could do $60 an hour all day in a little car. $60 an hour is fine with me. But if you only pay me $1 a mile, and I'm average going about 22 miles an hour with all these stops and drops and all this, I'm only getting $22 an hour because you're paying me $1 a mile. That's 60 minutes of my time. I'm only getting $22. This is not going to work out too well for me. So either you can pay us $1 a minute, say for every minute you guys got somebody in the car, you get paid $1 for that. I'd keep everybody in my car. I'd be kicking people out. Like, hurry up, get out, because I'm going to pick up somebody right up here, man. Don't make a difference how far they are. If I'm getting paid $1 a minute, I'm going to get $60 an hour. I'll drive you 15 minutes, I get $15. Drive you 10 minutes, I get $10. I just keep doing that all day. But they're only paying $1 a minute. I mean, $1 a mile. And people aren't going that many miles in an hour. So it's like, I don't think they understand math. It's that rideshare math in their head. Ooh, $1 a mile. I'm like, King James, I mean, he in this car today. What was you running at? $3, $4 a mile? Almost $4 a mile. He was at almost $4 a mile today in a Camry, a white Camry, not a black SUV. So he's making almost $4 a mile. On Lyft Black SUV and Lyft Black, I get just under $3 a mile. I get $2 and some change a mile on Lyft Black and Lyft Black SUV. $2 and some change a mile. He was in a white Camry today, getting $4 a mile. This is what happens, man, when you start going private and you stop messing with these apps. So when we tell people you don't gotta tip us, it means you have to pay us. So if you pay me, I don't even want to tip. Please don't tip me. And they tip me anyways. I tell them 35, they give me 100. Tell them 55, they give me 100. Tell them 70, they give me 100. I'm like, damn, I appreciate this because this is really helping. Because I'm going through some financial shit right now with my front yard and everything. With the whole, I had to rebuild this whole. It cost me almost $400 to build this thing with all this wood out here, and I didn't work. I worked maybe a little bit each day, but I couldn't really work. So I was losing money, not being online. I wasn't driving. I'm just spending money at Home Depot like crazy. Me and my son building this thing like crazy. So getting all of these tips over the last week been helping me out. $35, you give me 100. $70, you give me 100. $55, you give me 100. This has been helping me out all week. So when I tell people I'm out in these streets really making money, really doing, if I'm not on a live stream, I'm really out here making money. I'm really out here driving. I'm like everybody else on this thing. I am a driver's driver. I don't call myself black SUV. I'm a driver's driver. When I call people on my team, you don't need a black SUV. Just be a good driver. I don't care what you drive. Is your car clean? Are you in a good mood today? You ready to cut somebody out? No, I'm good. All right, bet. I need you to pick up my people for me. I don't care what you drive. To me, like I said, when you look at Uber got these platinums and Lyft got these platinums and all these colors and everything. I don't like that. I've never been a tier-based driver like that. If you look on my Lyft app, it says no tier. It says, let me show you what it says on my Lyft app. This is what it says on Lyft because it shows you that I don't care about tiers. Hold up. This is my app. If you look in the bottom up under my head, it says no tier right up under there. It says no tier. It won't let me show you, but it says I can get the silver. I'm on pink, but it says I can get the silver, but my AR and everything is way too low because I don't really care about tiers. I don't care what nobody calls me. Even when Lyft told me your car is not Lux anymore. It's not a luxury car. I laughed because I label what my car is. They don't label what my car is. It just meant I had to convert rides now. That's all. If you're not going to pay me, I'm just going to be converting rides. That's all. So exactly, negative 42%. Exactly. You be killing them. So I tell folks, man, if you want to label me and label my car as low just so you can pay me low, that's on you. That's not on me because I'm not going to be labeled. I'm telling you who I am. I'm a good driver. I got a great car. I don't care what you label it. I want to get paid. So you're going to pay me what's worth my time and my effort. But if you sit up there and you go, oh man, since you got this car and it's not that car, we're going to put you a tier down. No, you didn't really put me a tier down. All it is that now I just won't be taking rides until I feel comfortable. I'll be out doing private rides. And exactly. It's all about knowing your worth. That's it. All about knowing your worth, man. A micro machine back in the day. And that's the thing. What I'm glad you said that, JK. I'm glad you said it's all about knowing your worth. Man, that was perfect timing. I wasn't even thinking like that. But this is what it's about. It's about knowing your worth. And it's about you realizing who you are. Thank you, King James. I appreciate that, brother. It's about knowing your worth. It's about realizing that you are not what somebody labels you as, but you are exactly what you think you're worth and what you know you deserve. Man, you were so on time with that because I'm talking about tiers right now. And these tiers, all of these tiers on all of these apps are trying to label you as to what they think you're worth. That's employment. As an independent contractor, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit as an independent contractor. So I'm sitting there thinking, if I'm an independent contractor and I can be at my jobs, I just look at my work ethic, look at my service level. I don't let you tell me, well, since you're using a gold hammer instead of a bronze hammer, we're going to pay you less. No. I think I should be paid this much because that's what I think this trip is worth. If you don't want to pay me that, cool. I'll just go this way. I'll find somebody who thinks I'm worth that much. I did it in the Beamer. I don't know how many nights, driving around in the Beamer all the time. Kicking rides out, converting rides. And everybody's like, damn, I ended up buying this truck. I was making so much money converting rides. I went out and bought a truck. I said, damn, if I could do it in this Beamer, I could do it in the bigger truck. I could take more people. I couldn't even do airport in the Beamer. I could not do air. My trunk was so little, I couldn't even do airport in the Beamer. Now I could do airport. Shit got crazy now because I know my worth. I know what I'm trying to do. So just like you said, JK, if you let people who run certain tiers tell you you're only worth this, we're only going to pay you that, that's how you end up trapping yourself into believing that they can label you and get away with it. Nobody can label you and get away with it. You're allowing them to get away with it. You can talk to anybody out here. Hey, listen, man, I'm only getting $22 for this ride. Check this out, man. Honestly, this is about a $45, $50 ride. I'm only getting $22, man. This is a long shot. Oh, well, shit. I got Square. I got Cash App and Venmo, man. I could do it for that. Okay, cool. Cancel. When you sit and let them label you and say, well, see if you can get a tip to make up the stagger. No, I ain't seeing if I can get a tip to make up the stagger, especially when you turn around saying, hey, stop tipping our drivers. You ain't got a tip no more. Just take a Waymo. They don't care about us as drivers. They don't value our worth as drivers. They could care less. They're sitting up there telling us we're not even worth the appreciation that somebody might feel if they want to tip us. Uber just said that. They said, you ain't even got to tip drivers no more. You ain't got to appreciate drivers no more. You don't have to appreciate conversation no more. You don't got to appreciate advice. You ain't got to appreciate somebody getting your suitcase. You ain't got to appreciate somebody opening your door. You ain't got to appreciate cold bottled water already sitting in there. You ain't got to appreciate that no more because you don't got to tip drivers no more. That's what Uber just said. So I'm like, okay, if you ain't got to tip me, then I'm going to make sure the price is what it should be then. I'm not taking $13, but I'll take 30. Well, I paid Uber 28. Well, I'm only asking for 30. What's the big difference? You can sit here for another 10 minutes waiting on somebody. We can go right now. $30. Let's roll. Let's go. Oh, I guess here's a 20 and a 10, or here's a 20 and a 20. I'm going to tip you anyway. All right, cool. Let's roll. Let's go. And that way you equalize the game. We are the independent contractors. We are in the streets. We the ones with the money. We got the car keys. These people out there, they're messing with us in the brain, man. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, brother. He said, I don't know when was the exact time Uber Lyft flipped their main goal of moving people from A to B with excellent service to now doing whatever they can to pump the stock market and getting rich. Man, 100 right there. We all sitting around, like JK said, we all sitting around knowing our worth. Greg's on the back end saying, well, they don't care about our worth. They care about their own worth, their stock worth. So we ain't on the same path. We're not driving partners no more. Because when we know our worth, and they don't care about our worth, they only care about their worth, we ain't even on the same path no more. Our paths are split now. We're in a rideshare industry with split paths. Somebody saying we care more about getting money from riders. We don't care about paying drivers. And we saying, well, we're using our vehicles up, depreciating it, beating it up. We're trying to make enough money to pay for the roof over our head and keep this piece of shit driving in the same and we're not meshing together. Uber, Lyft drivers, we're all not meshing together. So that means we have the power. It's time for us to say, listen, community, listen, riders, you're in my car. You got to go that way. They're telling me $9. Well, that's between you and the app. I'm paying the app. Well, you can get the fuck out. Sorry. If that's how you really feel, because I'm trying to help you and make a deal with you. I'm just trying to tell you $25. I mean, you probably paid the app 30, you know, telling I'm trying to help you and help me at the same time. Well, I don't care about you. Funny, because the apps don't care about me either. Get the fuck out. Get out. And that way, they can go get a ride how they want to get one. The app can come pick them up. Because if I tell you I'm not getting paid enough, and I tell these apps don't care about me, and you tell me I don't care about you either, that's between you and the app, then why should I care about you getting to where you're trying to get to? I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. So if you telling me that, and I'm telling you that, hey, it is what it is. We're on our other way, man. We're like I said, our roads don't mesh. Our roads don't mesh. So for Uber for saying that shit, nah, man, nah. Uber is wrong for that. Uber is wrong for that. The return trip tomorrow, all okay to have, big man. That's what's up. Is that gig apps and the budget airlines have the same economic model. Squeeze both passengers, labor, and airport fees. Yup. And we're getting caught in the middle of it. We getting caught in the middle of it. But yet we can talk to the community because we're in the community. We're the ones doing the rides. When they walk up to a car, that is our vehicle that we own, that we have to pay for. When the water pump goes out, we need water pump money. We're going to be down for a couple of days. So we need a couple of days worth of savings to make sure we can get to the grocery store. So if we not making money to take care of these cars, where are we going to end up? Renting a car from Uber and Lyft for even more money than what our car costs? No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. I need money to make sure I can fix this car. I can put tires on it when I need tires. And if they say, well, we don't care if you need tires or not, then you don't care if these passengers are safe. Because if my tire pops on the freeway with people in the car, instead of you just paying me a couple of $100 extra, you're going to be out a few thousand. Because the attorney going to hit you for the maximum. Because my car ended up hitting this side rail right here because I had bald tires on my car. When all you could have said was, man, we could have paid this driver, had better tires on this car. He could have stopped in the rain and not hit that damn pole. Now we got 4 passengers suing us now. All because we didn't buy a dude a set of damn tires. We just got his ass some tires and not even been here. How much is a set of tires, man? $550. $550 we could have paid. $550 we could have paid him as a $550 bonus. $550 bonus, just like we used to get back in the day. Do this many rides over the weekend, we give you $550. Go get yourself a set of tires. But yet, they trying to skimp $550 and now they out. How much? $176,000. They got sued by 4 passengers, $176,000 because you didn't help this dude buy some $550 tires on his car that you sticking people in through your app. So I'm like, hey, Whoever's running these apps, they don't have actuarial scientists running it. That's why insurance is killing us. Of course it is. Because people riding around in busted cars and shit. People having accidents. They can't even stop the brakes or damn near metal to metal. And they sliding around on metal to metal with bald tires and shit. Serpentine belt finna snap off, and you just transporting people all over the place with that. Exactly. They have arbitration. But that's the thing, Charles Britt. They only got arbitration if they opted out. Well, if they're still opting in as arbitration. If they didn't opt in, if they opted out, then they can go to the attorney. Yeah, now they got attorneys now. Oh yeah, since the upfront was installed in 2022. And that's the thing, William. The upfront fares was a great negotiating tool for drivers. It was horrible for riders because riders would pay. That's why they don't want to show everything on the rider screen in Colorado. Riders would pay $45. What Uber and Lyft was doing with these upfront fares is they finding the pigeons out there. Ooh, we got 45. Okay, how much of this 45 can we keep? Throw a little popcorn out. Hey man, here's an $11 ride. $11 ride. Nobody taking $11 ride? Okay, put out a $5 surge. $16 ride. Anybody? Now they just charge the person $45. $16 ride. Nobody will take this $16. Man, $16 is 16 miles. What are you talking about? $16 with a $5 surge. $16. It's $1 a mile ride. Anybody? And they keep throwing out that popcorn. In a minute, somebody gonna get desperate, and they gonna end up getting a ride for $14. Oh man, I got it for $3 surge on there, man. I got a 14. I was going that way anyway. They gonna find the pigeon. So they're going to keep as much of that $45 as they can. It's going to hurt them to have to pay 50%. It's going to hurt them to pay that. They trying to keep everybody around the 30-40% payment range. Once it's at 50, they say, oh man, they take it as much as we take it now. We got to keep them up under that. That's why you got to go out there. Talk to people, man. Let them know. This is all I'm getting. So if you cool with me going broke, not being able to fix this car, I mean, you was complaining about the door handle being all jiggly when you was trying to get in. You sitting there jiggling the door, and I need money to refix that door. It's gonna cost me $132. I maybe only got $60 in savings right now. I need another $70-$80 to get this thing fixed, man. Or I gotta keep driving and just let it. Hey, just keep shaking the door, man. You can get in. Finally, the door opens, man. You need to get that fixed. Oh, bro, just keep jiggling it and you can get in. You can get in, man. It's like, geez, these cars raggedy as hell out here. Yeah, 50% for black. Oh yeah, and black ain't even paying, $2-3 a mile like they used to. $2-3 a mile easy. They were paying better than Lux back in the day. Now, man, Lux looks so much better than black and black SUV. Because I used to get $25 for 2 miles, get $40 for 6 miles on Lux. I used to kill Lux just driving around on Lux, man. Kill Lux. But now I'm like, man, now with this new, with my truck, my app, I've done maybe 2 or 3 rides on Lyft all week. None on Uber. That's how bad it is. I have a black SUV and I won't even put my black SUV on their apps because that's how much trash it is. I won't even put my SUV on their apps. They don't even deserve to ride my car. My passengers pay me well to ride in that truck because they're going to pay Uber Lyft about the same, if not a little less or more. Only thing is, I'm not getting ripped off driving my black truck. I'm not getting ripped off. Once I put it on Lyft, I'm getting ripped off. And Lyft is sitting there like, oh man, this dude, he don't drive nothing with us, man. We used to get him, he used to come out banging out $1,500 weekends, $2,300 weeks. Man, this dude, he lucky if he even clipped $200 with us a week now. He don't never drive for us. What is he doing? I'm doing my own thing. We're independent contractors. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not going to sit there and let them play us out like that. Like I said, I've been a driver's driver. I had a ride yesterday I used for the Beamer. It was an airport ride. I used that for the Beamer. So people sit up and think I don't drive all my cars got to work. They all got to work. So it's like, hey, you need a ride to airport? Cool. I show up in the Beamer, boom, pop the trunk, a little bitty baby suitcase, slide that in there, straight to the airport. I use all my cars for work because the apps won't pay me for it. So other people pay me to use my cars. The person didn't want to pay black SUV. That's cool. You ain't got to pay black SUV. I got an orange Beamer sitting out front. I'll pick you up in that. All good. Don't even worry about it. And that's how you got to be. You got to be versatile. You got to be willing to find the clients that are willing to pay you for what you're willing to drive for. Uber, they don't even want nobody to tip you no more. They got the nerve to pit clients against us. Lyft is background noise for me, for real. Whatever that shit be in the background. And I'm sitting there like, They're going to sit and pick riders against us right in our faces. To sit and say, we're going to jack fees up 70% at this airport. We're going to jack fees up over here. We're going to jack fees up over here. Man, all of these fees, we can't even. Now imagine them saying you got to tip at a 70% rate. See, Uber and Lyft can raise their fees at 70%. They can raise their fees at 70%. But imagine if they had a 70% tip rate, little calculation there. People are like, what the hell I want to tip you 70% for? I got to tip you 70%, bro? It's crazy. But yet Uber and Lyft can get 70% for themselves. But they won't put a 70% tip button in there for us. Put a 70% tip button in there for us. So we can get it. So we can get it. But no. The most you can tip is 15%, 20%, whatever. But yet when they want to jack up their fees, 70%. And riders are sitting there like, man, I can't even tip the driver no more. If you hit me with 70% fee on top of this, I can't even tip the driver no more, man. Because I tip the driver $5. You taking $2.75 right off the top. So I got like, $2.25 to get to the driver. Now I used to give him $5. Man, I can't even tip my driver no more. And what is Uber saying? We don't care. That's not our problem. Don't tip the driver then. Shit, just keep taking the ride. You ain't got to tip the driver. Keep taking the ride. And we like, well, why would you do that to us? We used to be driving partners. Then we went to earners. Then we became customers of the apps. Now we're just drivers. That's all we are, drivers. They don't care about us to the point where in our face, like I even watched a Professor's channel, in our face, they got the nerve to say, you ain't got to tip no more. Don't even tip drivers no more. And I think they're trying to be slick, honestly, because this is just like in Colorado. They took the tipping option off of Colorado. They was doing something like that in Colorado for a while. I think what they're doing is they're telling people they ain't got a tip to make drivers think we're not getting tips. Oh, we told people not to tip and people aren't tipping. What if somebody really keeps tipping? Well, I said, no, man, I'm a tipper. Man. I'm gonna tip my driver $10. They tip $10. We don't get a tip. We thinking nobody's tipping us because Uber just said nobody got a tip no more. Y'all ain't got a tip no more. It's kind of like if Doordash said you ain't got a tip no more. Y'all just stop tipping. Then we find out people are still tipping. They just stealing it. So they got it in all of our heads that ain't nobody tipping no more because they said stop tipping. Oh, yeah. Y'all ain't got to tip no more. Just quit tipping. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We take care of the drivers. We take care of them. You guys ain't got to tip. The whole time driver like, man, I tip my driver $15. Oh, I tip my driver $20. And we drivers driving around with zeros on the screen for tips, thinking nobody tipping us because the executives was like, yeah, just stop tipping. Man, they setting everybody up right now, man. They setting everybody up. And that's why it's so important. It's so important. They put the fares so high that they eat up the tips they used to give to us exactly with. Man, I saw like a 2006 Accord doing Lyft today. That's all they got left on the apps, man. They got pigeon cars on the apps. I saw a motherfucker in the go-kart driving around. Little engine on the back. He's driving out in the M3 in the go-kart. He had a motherfucker standing up, holding him on the shoulders. It's like shit. It's like, bro, you ain't got no doors. And it's like a go-kart scraping the ground and shit. Motherfucker just holding his shoulders. Come on, man, hit that corner. Everybody leaning and shit together. Like, man, this is Lyft go-kart. These motherfuckers just trying to get money. I'm trying to get paid. Exactly. Oh, that's the Uber golf cart. Hell yeah, the Uber golf cart and everything, man. You got motherfucker Uber pogo stick. Just rent you a pogo stick off the motherfucker just hopping down the street. Man, I gotta get to work. God damn, I gotta get to fucking work. This motherfucker get cancel my damn ride. I got a pogo stick my ass all the way to work. Hey, bro, who left the pogo stick in the break room? Oh, that's me, man. I had to get to work today. I had to Uber pogo all the fucking way down. Motherfucker kept canceling my ride, man. Motherfucker Uber pogo. I'm telling what they gonna end up doing soon, man. It's like they just trying to get people moved around as cheap as they can and not pay us. They don't care about us, man. They could care less. They're like, man, what about Jeff? What about Jeff? We ain't paying his ass. We ain't worried about him. And then Doordash, and on top of that, yeah, look and Doordash, like I said, we're done with the Uber shit. Let's be done with it. Doordash got the nerve to say, hey man, if you can't afford that hamburger, we'll gladly repay you on Tuesday. They need to have Wimpy from Popeye on their goddamn commercial. That's what they need, Wimpy. Can I have a hamburger today and I'll gladly repay you on Tuesday? They need Wimpy on that commercial. I'm like, how the hell you get a hamburger on credit? The fuck is this, Popeye? Can I have a hamburger today and I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday? Like, no, if you eating today, you paying today. That's how the shit works. But man, said Uber piggyback, Uber wagon got a course of wagons. Man. I'm like, that's the thing, man. I'm not messing with these people, man. Yeah, and that's it for it. And you have to contact customer service every time to fix it, and they all play stupid. Well, we don't know what you're talking about. Send us a screenshot. Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, that screenshot woke their ass up. It's a great, pass the gray poop on. I'm sitting there like, how the hell you gonna sit up there and tell these people that if you can't afford the Chinese rice I'm about to bring you, just charge it. Just charge it. What if you don't like the Chinese rice? What if you puke and you throw up the Chinese rice? Do you get a refund? You say, bro, I was eating this Chinese rice. It gave me like stomach flu or something. Okay, so is the driver gonna get paid? Is the driver gonna, if you get it on credit, does the driver get paid up front, or do we have to wait to see if somebody pays it off and we get our money in waves? Like, I just don't see nobody doing this shit, man. I don't see it. It says, yo, Uber. I just don't see that you can pay for now Uber Eats $275 finance for 6 weeks for a burrito. If it take you 6 weeks to fund a burrito, you don't need to eat that burrito. You need to figure out your life. It's like you can pay now in installments. You can pay for this $275 burrito in installments. You need to pay for you need to figure your life out. You need to figure your life out. If you got to get Uber Eats and Doordash on credit, you need to figure your life out. I ain't never heard nothing like that, man. Never. And I just don't see how this policy is going to work. It's people out there who can't afford shit already. A lot of them can't afford. I mean, you can use EBT for DoorDash now. You can use Medicaid and Social Security for DoorDash now. They just taking as much money out of people as they can. Uber wants the people to pay in cash now. So if you can't afford DoorDash and you can't afford the tip right now, how do you go from I can't afford to tip you to I'm being taxed at a 24% interest rate because I'm charging burritos and shit now? Wait a minute. If you can't tip me at 10% or 15%, the interest on this food is 24%. Think about it. You can't even afford to tip me 10% or 15%. But if you don't pay for that burrito, you got a 24% tax, and now it's going to keep rolling, and it's going to keep rolling, and now now the 24% is rolled into the principal now. So that burrito, that whole meal you just had, is now more expensive because 24% rolled in. Now you're going to be 24% interest on the new balance now, and it just keeps rolling in. By the end, you're like, I should just pay for it for cash and tip the dude $10. It would have came out to $42. I done paid $70 for this meal that should have been $42. It done took me 3 months to pay for this meal. I done spent $72 on a meal that should have been $40 with tip. I'm screwing around with these damn loans and everything on DoorDash. People are not that financially literate. Look at the credit of this nation. Look at all these people with bad credit. All these people with bad credit. They're going to be the ones using DoorDash and using this little loan feature. Oh man, if you can't afford that big dinner for your girl, you inviting your girl over tonight or whatever, just work a little overtime and you can pay for it over 3 payments. Invite your girl over and get that Red Lobster, order that, PF Chang's, whatever you want to do, man. Make it a date night. Just order it. Yeah, date night just costs you probably 56% more because you couldn't pay it off in time, and that 24% interest rate just kept rolling it up. It's gonna be like payday loans, man. It's gonna Lord, they're gonna come repossess the burrito. I'll be sitting there about to eat a burrito, like, give me that. You didn't pay for the last one. Give me that. Hold up, you ain't eating that burrito. Give me that. I'm gonna be looking around. You know how people be when they car about to get repossessed. They be looking around and shit, seeing if they can park because they scared of the tow truck. They're going to be starting trying to eat. They're going to be looking through the window and shit, making sure ain't nobody about to repossess their food. They be like, man, I'm about to eat these motherfucking hot dogs. But I'm just making sure they ain't going to repossess this motherfucker. I see somebody outside standing by the tree. Well, give me that. Snatch the motherfucking hot dog and take off running. Man. Exactly. 35 trillion in debt says it all. And then these people, the same people about to use DoorDash credit, the same people were about to vote for a female presidential candidate that spent $1.5 billion and was still short in a period of a couple of months. This is the mentality of the people who are going to be using this shit. People who are just bad with money and don't understand money. It don't even make them upset to see somebody blaze through historic record money where they got it from USA or somewhere. So they got all this money and they blew through it in like 90 days and nobody can even know. Oh man, how did they blow through all this money? Nobody even thinks that, except people who are smart with money. So I'm like, man, 1.5 billion and you was blowing through it like that? How is that even possible? It's not theoretically possible. People like that are the ones who Doordash is preying on right now. All right, Chris, my man, get that private ride done, brother. Get that money. Set 2 alarms just in case one go off and you make a mistake and hit dismiss. The second one's gonna go off 10 minutes after that. Always set 2 alarms for early morning because sometimes you be half asleep. You think you hit snooze and you hit dismiss instead, and you wake up and it's 7 o'clock and you had a 3 a.m. You be like, oh, why didn't I set 2 alarms? Telling you, man. So the winner of that campaign was Beyonce. She made like 10 million in 5 minutes. Oh yeah. He said, oh yeah, I got 3. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. But man, and that's why, I'm looking at these Doordash plans. I'm looking at what Uber and everything's doing. Their game plan is not to help the community in any way. It's to exploit the community. And it exploit us on the weakness level that we're dealing with a lot of people who are in poverty who don't understand money. They tried it with the illegals coming over. They tried to get these people. It's all you just keep bringing them over. We're going to start nonprofits and everybody's going to get paid off these nonprofits. If you got a nonprofit, hit me up. Everybody's cousin had a nonprofit when all those illegals coming over. Oh, I got a nonprofit. It's called Juice for Jamaicans. So what we do is we show up down there and we give all these Jamaicans some juice. They're a bunch of illegal Jamaicans. We give them all juice to hydrate their system. I'm gonna need like $10 billion. Okay, give them $10 million. I go buy juice for like 100 Jamaicans, but I got $10 million in the bank for juice for 100 Jamaicans. I need burritos for some Bolivians. I need burritos. My nonprofit is called Burritos for Bolivians. I feed Bolivians burritos. I got all these. Okay, how much you need? $17 million. And it's like 300 Bolivians. You think $17 million for 3? I mean, this is what happened to all the money. This is what happened. And these people just want to exploit our communities. Doordash and Uber ain't no different. They want to exploit our communities. And they sitting there thinking we as drivers ain't even worth the money. They looking at us going, oh, well, you ain't gonna tip these drivers. Don't even worry about these drivers. Just keep giving us money. Instead of you giving the driver a 10% tip, 15% tip, we're going to have you on a 24% interest credit card with these burritos and shit you eating. We're going to have you on a 24% interest credit card. That's not right. It's not right. So like I said, the way I run my podcast, I call it out. I call it what it is. I drive on these apps. These apps hate me. I know they hate me. The airport even hates me. Everybody hates me because I keep it real with them. And I don't let them get away with the shit they trying to get away. Because I'm corporate. I used to be corporate. I got the accounting degree. Half these motherfuckers got hired just straight out of high school. And I'm like, y'all think y'all can outthink me? You think you can outthink an accountant? I already see the chess game already. Telling people not to tip us just so you can steal the tips. Oh, they never tip you. Telling people not to tip us so you can jack the fares and the fees up. We already see through the chess game already. We already see through it already. And I call it out what it is. A lot of people get upset about it. I go out, I do my private rides, I do my thing, I make my money. We all get our team set up. And what happens? Everybody gets upset about it. Well, you can't be out doing private rides like that because, it isn't. So many different people, even in the Phoenix market, itself, are haters on those of us who go outside of the status quo and we do our own thing and we actually are successful at it. Because people want to trap you into what they believe you should be able to do. Because if they can trap you, they can control you. I'm out of control. I tell people all the time, I'm out of control. Anybody who tries to control me, they're going to have a nightmare. Because I know I'm out of control. I try to be out of control on purpose. Because the moment you try to control me, I'm following somebody else's narrative. I'm out of control. When I leave this house in the morning, I'm going to make money. Out of control money. When I come back, I'm going to do some out of control videos. Nobody can control that. So they tend not to want to deal with me, which is cool. Because the people they want to deal with are the pigeons, are the ones in poverty. Because you want to keep somebody under control. You keep them stressed out. You keep them poor. You keep them groveling. Once you're at that point, you control them. I'm out of control because I already got my money, already got my client base, already got my life together, already got my hobbies, already got shit going. I'm out of control. Can't nobody do that. And I push hard on this channel to make sure drivers on this channel are out of control. You guys need to say, hey, listen, I know my worth. If I'm gonna go ahead and make $50 an hour today, that's what I'm on. I'm not making no $15 an hour, or you're gonna threaten to leave Minnesota because you want to pay us $15 an hour. No, I'm making $50 an hour. You crying over 15. I'm finna make 50. Apps be like, well, we're not finna pay you $50 an hour. But I didn't say you. I just said I'm finna make 50. I ain't even talking about you. See, you worried about you, apps. I'm not worried about you. I'm gonna go out and make 50 bucks an hour. That means I'm not working with you today because you ain't really paying what I'm trying to go get. When you paying what I'm trying to go get, then I'll start dealing with you because I know what I can get out in these streets. I'm in these streets all the time. I know who needs rides. I know where they are. So if somebody comes and tell me I'm not paying you that much, cool. I'm not working for you. Motherfucker, I'm not an employee. I'm an independent contractor. That's the difference. I can say cool and walk off. I can't be reprimanded. It's like, how you gonna reprimand an independent contractor? How you gonna reprimand me? I make my own money. How you gonna reprimand me? And this is what I do on this channel. I give drivers the strength to understand. Don't worry about deactivation. They gonna deactivate you, man. You putting too much on your channel. They gonna so. Oh man, they gonna be against you. They gonna be throttling you. Let them. If you throttle me, guess what? I'm gonna be getting $100 for 7 miles. You throttle me, I'm getting $100 for 9 miles. You throttle me, I'm getting $80 for 15 miles. You throttle me, I'm gonna go out and eat. You throttle me, I'm eating. Your app is off because you throttled me. You've irritated me now. Now I'm outside eating for real. You mess with me, oh, I'm finna go to the buffet. You, oh Jeff, we're not gonna serve you a pancake and sausage biscuit. Cool, I'm going to the buffet then. I'm out. See you. I'm an independent contractor. I can go to the buffet. So you sitting there paying, giving people popcorn and you know, little sausage biscuits with egg. No, man, I'm going to the whole buffet. I'm in the street. I'm out here talking to people. I'm setting up clients. I got deals, so many deals going left. I'm calling people, man, help me out with some of these deals, man. I'm out here marketing, man. I'm out here doing this for real, man. I'm trying to get everybody paid out here, not just me. I'm trying to get everybody paid, not just me. I show y'all how I do it. I drop videos how I do it. I bring people on my team in a circle. Hey, man, this is how we getting money, man. Hey, this is how we help each other, man. Don't worry about another driver making money today. They should make money today. Everybody should make money today. If a driver's out there upset that another driver is getting paid, that's a hater. Don't worry about that driver. He's against you, just like Uber, just like Lyft. He's against you. I'm for drivers making money. Oh, bro, I went out, man. I made, you know, 200 a day in like 2 hours. I'm happy for you because that tells me people want to pay us. That tells me the economy is going well. If you made 200 in 2 hours, that's a good day for everybody because that's potential out there. Why ain't I out there? Why am I on this live stream if you making 200 in 2 hours? Jeff, man, you better get downtown, bro. They just throwing money out. Shit, I'm out. I'll be back. I'll do a live stream later. They throwing money out downtown. But when they not throwing money out like that, what do? I make sure y'all stay on y'all grind in those streets. I make sure y'all don't let nobody talk y'all out of it. You can take whatever I'm saying on these live streams right now in real time and turn this conversation into an extra $20 on your next ride. Turn this conversation to an extra $15 on your next short ride. Oh man, that ride was 15. I mean, that ride, he said he paid 15. I was getting 7. Canceled, he gave me 20. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man, right there. You can turn these conversations into actual currency, man. A lot of these channels ain't teach you how to turn conversation into currency. They just sitting there telling you all this rhetoric and pushing all this shit. No, when you leave this, I'll show you. Wait, I think my wallet's in the other room. The other day, I got to the store the other day. And like I said, I was buying all this wood. I'm sitting there like, damn, I don't know how many rides I did up to this point because my son was in town. I had no idea how much money I made before he got here. When we got to Home Depot, I was like, I could pay for some of this shit in cash. Damn, I ain't know. Because I just stay busy, man. I stay busy. I don't focus on the money made. I just know I'm making it. That's all I'm focusing on is the deal right in front of me. What's the deal in front of me? How can I get to the deal right after this? Do I have time to get to the deal right after this? Do I need to call one of my teammates? What do I need to do? What do I got to do? And it's a lot of people, man. They're not ready to be like that. They want to sit around and be on the apps. Man, these apps ain't nothing. I'm going home, man. Anita's joint. That's what I'm talking about. Turn conversation into currency. That's what I do it all the time. I chat with these people. I tell everybody on my channel, go talk to your riders, man. Talk to people in the community. Speak to people. I mean, yesterday I was taking one of my clients who understands the whole gamut of TikTok. So she's going to help me. And I told her, I said, the fact that we had that conversation, she turned her conversation into currency. Because if she can make my TikTok do what she does on hers, she's going to make money off of me. Because I'm not going to sit there and make no money and not give her money. Her conversation going to turn into some currency. She only had like 5K subscribers. She got 5,000 subs on TikTok, 5,000. I got 20,000. She's got like, let's say 2,000 likes. I've got almost 300,000 likes. I got videos with million views. I don't make a dime on TikTok. This girl says, you're an idiot. I can help you make so much money. You don't know. If you can help me do it, then you get paid too. Imagine if TikTok said, Jeff, here's a $5,000 check. Guess what? I'm gonna slide you a G. Hey, Jeff, here's a check next month for 10,000. Guess what? I'm sliding you 2 G's. And you'd be like, I only help you once. If you help me build something, I'm gonna reciprocate this. If you help me build something, you turn this conversation into currency. Oh, we all gonna eat. We all gonna eat. Don't think I'm gonna be the only one getting money out of your equation. My whole team eat everywhere we go. Ask King James, ask Eric, ask Kid. My whole team eat. When we do something, everybody's eating. I don't just sit here and be like, oh man, you know what? I'm doing pretty amazing. Y'all need to get like me. Don't get like me. Get with me. Let's all get down together. Let's all do this at the table. I don't want you to get like me. Get with me. You might end up better than me. So I need to get like you. Shit, we trying to all eat together. We out in the streets telling people these apps is ripping us off. These apps is coming up with chess matches, schemes to keep money away from me, to get money out of you, to take it out of our community. That's what these apps is on right now. So when you start chatting with people and y'all had that conversation and understanding, all my clients, they're like, oh yeah? Well, shit, come pick me up tomorrow. Oh yeah? Well, come pick me up this day. Oh yeah? Come pick me up. This right, I'm gonna show you something right here. This is crazy right here. This was 2 rides I did back to back. Hold up for a second. Yeah, 2 rides back to back. An hour difference. This is a 1 hour variance of time. 1 hour variance of time. That's it. A 1 hour variance of time. And each ride was maybe, I would say 3 miles. Each ride was 3 miles. 3 miles was each ride. 3 miles. Maybe took me about 8 minutes each ride. So 16 minutes total of driving, 16 minutes. I dropped them off. An hour later, I went back and I picked them up. Oh, you probably can't see that. Hold up for a second. And that's what I ended up getting right there. If you can see that a little bit. Now you can't see it because it was $140. Each payment was $70. Now on Uber and Lyft, I would have made $3-4 each ride. I would have made if they would have put it on Black or Black SUV, I might have made $8 or $9 each ride. It was only 3 miles. That's it. It was only a few minutes. But the fact that I showed up with everything they want to drink already in the car, because I know my clients already show up with your drink, ice cold everything, ice cold Diet Coke, ice cold vodka, whatever you want, this and I got it in the truck already for you. I'm taking you on the spot. I made $140 in that 1 hour where I drove 3 miles this way, 3 miles that way, about 16 minutes total time. The rest of the time, I was wiping my truck down. I was going through my social media. I made $140 in basically 16 minutes. You can do that 4 times an hour. So that is what? $680 an hour? Is that about what? No, wait a minute. Because if I could do 140 every 16 multiplied times 4, that's about 640 maybe. I would say about 640. I don't know. I'm kind of getting lost in my numbers. But, or either 560. 140 times 4. 140 times 4. Yeah, I think it's like 560. I don't know. So that's what I made in that hour. About $560 an hour rate is what I was running. $560 an hour is my rate. But Minnesota, those people up there are like, oh man, you know what? If y'all want $15 an hour, we're going to leave the state. What did I say on my videos? I said, fucking leave then. Leave. Dare you. Dare you. Uber. Leave. Dare you. Lyft. Leave. Dare you. I'm making $560 an hour. You leave, I'm making a G an hour. Leave. Dare you. Dare you. Because I'm trying to get paid. Trying. And these apps, they know motherfuckers like me. The way I operate, the way I roll, oh, the community loves me, man. They love it. Because I show up dressed up, suited up. I'm a protector. On everything. I'm a protector on everything. And when they got me, they not only have somebody who's, if there's an issue going when I pull up, I'm gonna try to separate everybody, get shit. Hey man, because these are my private clients. This is no app. These are my private people. Hey man, back up a little bit. I'm here to pick up my people, man. Y'all gonna handle this another time because I got money to make. We got things to do. Can you please handle this another day? I got work to do. I don't care, man. Let me go. Now they come to me. Oh, I can knock them out cold. Shit, I'm still benching over 300. I can knock them out cold. And they can't call Uber or Lyft to get me deactivated. No, they got to get my license plate and call the cops. I can knock them out cold right where they stand. Dude, this driver came up and knocked you out. What the hell? Hey, I told you, I'm just trying to leave with my people and make money, man. Just don't get in my way. You in my way of money. I'm trying to make this money right now, man. I'm getting paid, man. These are my people. You can argue with them, fight with them, but I got to get them. I got to go. We got to go, man. Y'all got to handle this beef another day. This is Saturday. Handle this shit on Sunday. I got to go. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. You this and that. Boop, boop. I don't even talk no more because I asked you once. I don't ask twice. I learned that shit from my mom. My mom said, hey, take them in there. Well, I don't. Next time you're getting a shoe to the back of the head, she don't say it twice. You get it once. And that's how I am. You get it once. If you come in that, and most people, like I said, they be like, all right, no problem, big dog, no problem, I'm cool. Yeah, we cool. Because I'm working right now. You fucking around, I'm working. So leave my people alone. Let me get them in the truck. I got to get them going. We got stuff to do. I did it one time in St. Louis. I had to escalate. I had to pull up and pick up a group of teenagers one time. So all these teenagers trying to fight. All these teenagers running their mouth trying to fight and everything. I'll pull up. I'm like, I'm here to pick these kids up. Whatever the hell y'all got going on is between y'all ass. I don't want to have to sit out here and whip nobody's kids' asses. I really don't. So therefore, y'all keep doing whatever y'all doing. We got to go. So we left and everybody just chilled the fuck out because they knew I was a real dad at that point. He's like, okay, this dude, he's real. This dude, he ain't playing. He's serious. He don't want no beef with nobody. He just want to get who he's here to get and he wants to go. Everybody else can do what they want to do. That's how I operate, man. So when you do paparazzi, you charge a bodyguard fee? Nope. I don't even charge. Man, they pay me too well. They pay me too well not to be one. I'm telling you, dog, I drive 4 or 5 miles. They'll be like, hey, man, here you go. $80, $100. Because they know how it's going to be. If I get to a club and it's like I roll up and there's some beef or something going on, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to de-escalate everybody. I'm going to try to, hey, man, y'all need to chill with that, man. I'm just here to get my people, man. Let's not do that. We got to get up out of here, man. We got to go. And at that point, they can even, one time I went up to, what's the name? I went up to, damn it, what's the name of that place with the bull? Buffalo Chips. So I went to Buffalo Chips. Actually, one of my clients, it was a dude that was with her. So it was 3 girls, 3 guys. We get up there. These dudes in the parking lot arguing. I'm in the black truck. They in the parking lot arguing when I pull up. Now, they already had an argument inside, so then they brought it outside. I'm pulling up at Buffalo Chips. I see what's going on. The girls are like, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. So I'm thinking, I don't want no beef. I don't want nobody throwing shit at my truck, this and that. So I got out the driver's side. I walked all the way around the front of the truck. I opened up the door and said, hey, man, you guys are ready to go or what? The dudes who they was arguing with looked at me. So they looked at me and they're like, okay, man, you guys were fucking lucky, bro. And they just like, they kind of squashed it. I didn't have to say a word. I ain't have to say it. They knew what I was there for. I wasn't there for them. I wasn't there to get them no problems. I went around and opened my people doors and I said, hey, you guys ready to go? You guys see you ready to go? Yeah, let's go. I said, all right, cool, let's go then, let's go. And then, bro, he got in the car. He was all like, yeah, man, before you got there, this and that. Whatever, man, keep talking. I mean, these kids, they probably under 30 years old. They got, these are war stories to them. Bro, I don't have war stories, man. We just bury bodies. We don't need war stories. If we gonna do something, ain't nobody coming for me afterwards. I'm knocking somebody out cold and I'm getting the fuck up out of there. That's it. There is no yelling and back and forth and pushing and shoving. No, it's swinging. And it is, when I swing, I'm swinging a hammer, man. I'm swinging a hammer. And when it connects, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry. But I got to get my people out of there. I got to go. I don't need no time to be fighting nobody. I'm too old for that shit. Fights is out. If I can't do it in 1 or 2 punches, it don't need to be done. That's it. There ain't no 10 minutes fighting. No, I'm too old to be fighting. I'll be out of breath and shit. Like, can I take a break, dog? Give me a break, man. Whew. Man, I ain't fought in a minute. Damn, let me take a break. No, it ain't shit. That's too long. If it ain't boop, boop, it ain't happening. That's it. It's got to be a 2-hit fight. I'm too old for that fight, man. Nah. And I don't shoot people because I ain't going to prison. So it's like, it's going to be a quick motherfucker just looking sideways, kind of falling to the ground. And I'm like, okay, y'all, let's go. Ain't no stumping nobody. Ain't no trying to beat a pulp. It ain't nothing. We don't got to do that. All we're doing is diffusing the situation. Sometimes you got to put somebody to sleep, get in the car, drive off. When they wake up and they come to it, they'll be fine. They'll just be like, man, what happened? Oh, dude clocked you twice, man. And that was it. They didn't stump me or nothing. He don't have no problem with you. He ain't stumped you. He just shut you up and just drove the fuck off. That's it. It's like, you ain't got no problem with you. He told you he was just here to pick up his people. You started with him. It's like, I ain't got beef with nobody. Shit. So it's like, that's kind of, the dudes I was, when I picked them up from Buffalo Chips, they was out there and the girls was kind of holding back. Come on, let's go. So I'm like, let me get out the damn car. Like, here we go, man. Got out, walked around, and the other dudes at the bar, they was kind of looking like, Yeah, let's not. It was like, let's just let them get in their little truck and go. Get in your little funky truck and go. It's like, yeah, exactly. Let us get into our little funky truck and go. That's a good call right there. Because I swear, you run up on me, you run up on a truck, oh, it's going to get ugly over here. So we need to just get in a little funky truck and we need to go. That keeps me out of jail, keeps me keeping my money being made, and I can go pick up my next client after this. I don't got to have no swollen hand, no jacked up wrist, no shoulder all locked up. No, we got in a little funky truck and we left. We good. Because if we got to start swinging, that's when they start getting my license plate number. And that's when I go to jail. That's happened before. And I vowed again, next time somebody I have to do something like that, oh, I'm probably going to back out of the parking spot. I'm not driving. Because last time I drove straight away and they got my license plate number, so the cops was at my house already. Next time, I'm just going in reverse. I don't have a license plate on the front. I'm just going back all the fucking way up. Like, you ain't getting my license plate, damn it. No. Then Richard Bishop, actually Chad Bishop's dad, came and bailed me out of jail. He was like, what are you doing? He was the Iowa chief of wildlife. He came and bailed me out of jail. And I had a track meet the next day. I was at Drake. I had a track meet. So everybody was on the bus when I was in jail. So I had to get taken in a car. So they had to take me down in something different. So everybody left. I was in jail from the fight I had the night before, and they called me my license plate and shit. So that's kind of how I learned, if you do fight somebody and you get in the car, you got to go in reverse. Don't drive past them because they're going to get your license plate. And David Faulkner, he's on my Facebook page. David Faulkner, he was there with me too. So he actually drove my car. So I was like, bro, I know they're going to get us, man. I know they're going to get us, man. So we were both in the car and he's driving. And I'm like, dude, they're going to stop us. We made it all the way to my apartment by Drake. And the police showed up. I was like, knew it. I knew it. They was right there. They called us, man. They called us. But that's fun. That was old days back in school, man. Funny shit. But yeah, man, that shit was funny. That was funny. But that was our whole ordeal with Doordash and Uber and everything. So now, well, I got something on here about multiple streams of income. We're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to do multiple streams of income on something else. But what I do want to talk about is something important of what's going on in Phoenix right now. And I think of what's going on in many states right now, because we got a lot of smaller apps coming out. We got Hum coming out. We got Pax coming out. I think we got Empower's out here. We got a few apps coming out in Phoenix right now. And there's apps coming out in California. I think Fair Co-op's supposed to be coming out here. A lot of apps are coming out right now to challenge Uber and Lyft. They're challenging the market share, which to me is good. I like it because I think competition is good for the driver. Whichever apps are paying the best, that's where the drivers are going to go. And if the drivers are on those apps, guess where the riders are going to go? The riders are going to go to where they can actually get rides. They're not going to go to apps where there's no drivers. It don't work out like that. They're not going to say, well, I'm going to keep trying. Well, why don't you go to the other app? Damn, it's like 7 drivers in my area on this app. Let me see how much their rates are. Oh, that's not too bad. Now, a little bit more than the other one, but I'm ready to go now. I don't want to wait 30, 40 minutes till somebody finally comes to the area. No, they're going to choose whatever apps all the drivers are on. So this is great. It's great. So if we have a lot of apps out here, all of them are pitching to get drivers. That means all of them got to pay. Because for one, a lot of us are private drivers. A lot of us are private. We already got our client base. We already got our MO. We know how to make money. We know what to do. So for an app to actually get us to go with them, they've got to make it lucrative for us to not do what we're already doing, which is also another good thing because they know how much we can make doing private rides. So they say, well, we can help you guys with insurance, help you guys do airport. We can help you guys with marketing. We can help you guys with scheduling. So many different apps all have a different platform. All these apps we have, they got a different platform. Like Hum is different from Pax. Pax is different from Empower. Empower is different from Fair Co-op. All of these apps are all different. So it's good to have, like I said, when I walk in my garage, you don't just see hammers everywhere. You see hammers, you see saws, you see screwdrivers, you see wrenches, you see vice grips. You need a lot of tools to get a lot of different jobs done. Me, I'm right now, primarily, I'm driving on Hum right now because we're still building Pax right now. We're still building Pax. And Pax is still working through a few of the glitches and things like that. So we're still working on that, build it. But in the meantime, I'm driving on Hum mainly than anything else because I'm a private driver and Hum gives us insurance. So for $1 a day, like I say, if you're in Arizona right now, if you're in Arizona and you're a driver in Arizona and you do not have private ride insurance. It's kind of risky. And I'm going to tell you what the risky part is. It's the liability part. If you drive and you was to hit somebody in your car, it don't matter about your car. You can keep paying a car note. You can put your piece of shit next to your house. Cool. It doesn't make a difference. Your car is wrecked. That's fine. But it's the liability of what you hit. That's what you're really looking for. So you think, man, I just hit this guy's car. Ugh. If your insurance knows that you're doing rideshare and you don't have the insurance and you weren't on the app won't cover it because you weren't on an app. You were doing it private on your own private insurance, not commercial insurance. You were doing it. So therefore, there's a car in front of you. Their bill came out to $23,000. You got to come out of your pocket with $23,000. Now, if you're on Uber, you only got to come up with $2,500. You on Lyft, $2,500. You on Pax, $2,500. You on Hum, $5,000. So now you know all of the levels of liability you got to deal with based on what app you were running when you hit this car. If you weren't running an app at all, you're out. I drive Hum. I put all my private rides on Hum because if I was to hit somebody, the most I'm going to come up with, $5,000. I got $5,000. I'm saving it for my engine, but if I wreck my car, not like I'm driving it anyways. So I got the money to get myself out of that jam. I'm not paying no $27,000 out of my pocket. I'll give them the $5,000. They'll take care of the lot. Everything's done. My car's fixed. Everybody's all good. We're all good. That's how insurance works. Now, the one thing with you got the period 1, 2, 3, and we all know how that works out. Period 1, 2, 3 is tricky because it's just when you're driving around with no app, with no rides pinging or nothing like that. So I tell everybody, if you don't have any rides pinging, get to a parking lot, then turn your app on. Do not just drive around with apps on because that's dangerous. If you drive around with apps on and you get into a wreck with an app on, that's called period 1. Now in period 1, I think for Uber and Lyft, it's still $2,500. Somebody said, oh, it was like $100. I don't know what they said. They said something crazy like that. With Pax, it's $10,000. So it goes from 5 to 10. $10,000, period 1. Yes, that's the deductible. So if you was to hit somebody and you had Pax running, nobody in your car, bam. Instead of you paying $20,000, $30,000, you only got to come in with 10. The trickiest thing I've ever heard. Now, I even talked to Garrett. Now, I'm telling you what Garrett at Hum told me. In period 1, if I'm driving around with Hum on my app and I don't have a single ping, I'm just driving with Hum on, guess what the deductible is if I was to hit somebody? $0. They cover it. I'm like, I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. I think it's a glitch. I'm going to give Garrett some time because he texted me that. I'm going to give him some time to rethink what he told me. But he told me, and I hope he understood what I said. I said, he said, period 1, there's $0 deductible. There's no deductible. I'm going to give you some time to think about that, Garrett. I'm going to let you think about that because you told me that, and that is incredible. That I can drive around with an app on, hit somebody, and not have a single bit of liability or deductible. You guys will cover it, but it's liability only. So it don't cover my car. It just covers what I hit. But I think it's incredible. That's incredible. That is unheard of. But like I said, every app is different. Every app is a tool for something. And if you don't know the limits of liability with each app you use, you probably shouldn't run it while you're driving. That's why I say go to a parking lot, run it from a parking lot. Because if you're driving around with these apps on and you don't have any rides coming, which one are you going to use? You're going to use Uber, Lyft, Pax, Hum, Rides, Empower? What are you going to use? You're going to lose the one with the lowest deductible. You're going to say, well, I'm going to use this app. Lowest deductible, I'm using them. Because you got all of these apps out there. Deductibles in period 1 is the real thing. 2 and 3 is a whole nother level. But know all of these things. And I ask questions about this because I want to know how much I'm putting my truck. My truck stays parked. I don't put my truck in a lot of situations. When I was driving my son around, we drove late night when nobody was on the road. I do not put my cars in situations where other cars are involved because I don't want to pay for nobody's shit. So I drive at opposite times of the day. When I'm doing day clients, that's different. Usually with day clients, like I said, I got Hum running. If I was to hit somebody, cool. It's going to cost me 5 G's. Fine. I got 5 G's saved up for my engine replacement anyways. You just took away my engine. That's all. I'll come up with the money somehow. But if you don't know how these apps work and all the limits of liability for each of these apps, you're going to be in for a surprise. And I'm trying not to get people surprised like that. I'll be listening to Jeff, man, and I messed around and I was driving and I did this and now I done lost my car. Did you know about deductibles? No, what's deductible? Oh, you never asked about deductibles. That's what you should have asked about, man. This is business. We're not employees here. We don't clock in and clock out. We're liability from the moment we walk out of this house to the time we come back in. We're all a liability. So I keep my truck in my driveway. I don't take it nowhere. I keep my cars. I don't take them nowhere. We're all liabilities. So make sure you know your limits of liabilities out there. LLCs are a limited liability company. If you're running an LLC, you know your limits of liability because you're an LLC. If you're a sole proprietor like me, liability, I mean, the sky's the limit with me. The sky is the limit. Therefore, I need to make sure I have an insurance plan that covers my liability to some degree. I've been dodging bullets my whole life. I've been doing commercial rides and I've been doing crazy shit my whole life. I've been dodging a lot of bullets. But why would I dodge a bullet when I don't have to? If Hum is like, hey man, you give us $1 a day, we'll cover all that liability for you. Why would I be like, no man, I'm cool. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't man that. Fuck that. You saying $1 a day, that's it? I'd be an idiot not to do that. I'd be an idiot. And that's just me being a smart businessman. I'd be an idiot not to do it. And I know a lot of people out there, because like I said, we got a lot of competition on these apps now. We got people at PAX that don't like Hum. We got people at Hum that don't like PAX. It's not my problem. I'm a podcaster. I'm in the middle of this shit. I just tell the truth across the boards about everything. That's all I do. So if y'all can't stand each other or hate each other for whatever reason, that's on y'all. It's even people now starting rumors about me. That's how bad it is. People out there starting rumors about me because I won't choose a side. I don't give a shit. I choose money. I choose business. I don't choose a side. I choose the side of making sure I take care of my life. I take care of my drivers out there that's listening. Everybody's out here making money, taking care of their families. That's what I take care of. I don't choose a side. So the truth is only one side. It's what it is. It's the truth. It's what it is. So I tell people, if you want to protect yourself, protect everything you stand for, and somebody tells you, if you give me $1 every day, I'll make sure I cover you. I'm like, okay, if you're serious about it. And like I said, Garrett told me, $0 deductible for period one. That's why I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give you a chance to think about that one. Because you told me that, and I'm like, that is incredible. That is complete. Even Uber and Lyft don't do that. That is incredible. So I'm gonna let you think about that. Read again, hear what I said again, and then let me know again. Because I'm gonna ask you the same question in about a week to see if you tell me the same thing. Jeff, I read up on it, and you know what? Our deductible is actually, told you. I'm gonna let you tell me again. I'm gonna let you, man. So I'll talk to Garrett about a week, and I'll let him think about it for a while. He'll probably hit me back. But I will be doing some live streams with Daniel Sidler, the CEO, PAX. We're gonna be doing some live streams here pretty soon. We're trying to do one this week, and what we're calling them is Lunch with Jeff and Dan. So how we're gonna do this is, we have a lot of great conversation. He's a business-minded person. I love the way he thinks. He knows that I'm a business-minded person. I think in terms of money. I think in terms of marketing. I don't have, loyalty to no bullshit. I'm just about the truth. That's it. I'm just 100% truth. And that's why I told you earlier, we got a lot of apps coming out here in Phoenix. And there's a lot of animosity for no reason at all. Because I think the more apps, the better the competition, the better drivers are going to get paid. We've got too much animosity out there from people within both apps. Just animosity. That's not even necessary. I've been a driver for most of my life, since 15 years old. Been a rideshare driver for the past 5-6 years almost. Been on my YouTube channel for drivers since I started this YouTube channel. And that's not going to change. It's not going to change. And I think that's why PAX came to me. Because they saw, man, this dude's the truth, man. He don't budge for nothing. This dude's the truth. He just tell it like it is. People can take it or not, whatever. He's just the truth, man. This is what he does, man. Because I have to live with my truth every day. And I don't live with a lie. I just don't do it. Some people, they can have this game they play, this seesaw game they play. I don't run to one side and I run the other side and I don't do that. I stand right in the center with the truth. I hear from both sides. And I say, this is what I hear. This is the truth. So all the animosity that's going on about these apps is ridiculous for one thing, because Uber and Lyft is coming to destroy our communities. Hum is putting money back in. PAX is putting money back in. Those are the only two apps right now that I know that's putting money back into the communities. So I got to stand with them apps. I don't know any other apps doing that. The one app that I'm actually driving on right now, because like I said, we're still working on PAX right now. I can't report on an app that I don't drive on. It's hard to do. I can't speculate and come up with conceptuals of things that haven't been done yet. So we're still working through the issues. There's still updates popping out, still things dropping on our phone. And we're doing our best to get packs out there, because I believe this is going to be a scheduling app. It's going to change the way the game goes, because people can actually choose their driver. They can choose their driver from going onto an app and say, I want this guy. I like this guy right here. Let me choose him. And like I said, we're still working on that right now, because it's a concept that we came up with this app, a concept of you being able to choose your driver. People are choosing their driver, but there's something in the app that's dropping, and it's allowing that passenger that's yours to be in the free market all of a sudden. So anybody can choose your rider, your client. So that's the part that we're trying to lock up. We got to lock that part up. But that's what it is, man. We got to lock that up. And once we lock that up, then I think that app will be ready for that next tier. It's ready for that next level of getting more people in, so they can have clients on there and clients can choose them and this and that. Because right now, if a client chooses you and you don't, like, let's say I'm sleeping and somebody's up right now and they're like, yeah, I'm going to get a ride from Jeff tomorrow, whatever, this and that, this and that. If I don't select it within a few minutes, it goes out into the free market. I don't like that. I mean, 100, I don't like that. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate it, brother. All of us need to work together to get this back. Keep doing what you're doing, Jeff. Catch you later. All right, brother. Thank you for the super chats today, my man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the tips. See, you ain't on that Uber shit. You ain't got to tip nobody. You like, man, let me take care of my homeboy, Jeff. He out here spitting something for us, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, Darius. Thank you. But one thing I don't like is, like I said, I don't like a lot of things about Uber and Lyft, and I've been using Uber and Lyft for years. Some things I don't like about Hum. I think the prices are too low. This is what it is. Things I don't like about PAX right now, but there's things that everybody's going to work on. I don't like the fact that if somebody was to come to the app and choose me, say, man, I want this Jeff guy, man, he's cool. And let's say I'm with the client, I'm driving with the client, I'm chatting when I'm dropping them off because I got free. Now, if somebody was to text me directly, then I can answer them back whenever I got time, because they text me directly. They're not going to just text everybody. They're going to text me directly. When you go to PAX, if they don't choose you, and if you don't accept them within a certain time frame, let's say if they book a ride for tomorrow, you have so long to accept that, which is cool. If they book a ride with you, let's say in an hour from now, you only have so many minutes, which is cool, because the app wants to trap that person on the app. I get that. You only have so much time to get them. My clients now text me. They'll text me twice. Hey, Jeff, make sure you got my text. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got your text. I got your text. Oh, can you pick us up like in about 30 minutes? All right, cool, man. I'm just wearing sweats right now. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We just need to go here real quick. Cool, no problem. And my clients, they'll hit me. Now, on PAX, it'll put them into the pool. That my client will drop into a pool of just random drivers. And you got to remember, every driver on there is an independent contractor. Everybody's an independent contractor. So my client might get with another driver, and that driver might say, hey, here's my card if you ever need a ride again. So people will be pitching for other people's clients in there, because that's how it's set up right now. It's not set up right now for the transfer system or the referral system. It's just set up for the free market system right now. So it's hard to bring your clients onto a platform that you know is free market, because I don't know what kind of service everybody does on. I don't know that, because I don't know everybody on PAX. So I don't know everybody. So I don't want one of my clients to get with somebody and be like, man, that app sucks, man. We had this driver, man, he was this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like one of my clients the other day, this is what she texted me. And let me read you what she texted me the other day. This is some funny shit. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Because I don't know where I was. She said, here we go. One girl said, dang it. And this was at 6:19 p.m. This is my client. My client said, Uber driver is rude, early and rude. Her friend said, hell no, where's Jeff? My client says, I don't want to bother Jeff. I was probably at 6:19. I think I was outside working and thing. Said, shake my head. Then her friend says, shake my head. Now look at where you at. Annoyed and early. So I guess she had to go to work downtown. She said, 2 last minute, and I had me take me to and from the airport, because I just took her to the airport and from the airport. I had just dropped her off and everything, so she was already at home. I was probably already back at home because I had just dropped her off. She said 2 last minute, and I had him take me to and from the airport. Yeah, I know. Lesson learned. And then her friend said, true, Jeff the OG only. She said, I'm sending this to him, laugh my ass off. So they called me the OG driver. They're like, Jeff's the OG. So she took an Uber ride because I had already dropped her off from the airport and everything. She was like, oh, it was too early. I just had him take me to and from the airport. I didn't want to bother him, And I tell her, I said, girl, you don't bother me. I said, if you need a ride, see if I'm in the area. Just check me out, see where I'm at. I could turn around and come back and get you something like that. She's like, well, I just heard him just took an Uber. She said, last time ever. So she ain't never taken an Uber ever again. She's like, he was rude and he was too early. I was like, see? I said, see me? I always tell you, no rush, take your time. I'm just sitting out front chilling. Take your time. My clients be like, oh, damn, Jeff's outside. Don't worry about me being outside. I'm early. Take your time. No rush. I'm kicking back, relaxing. You come outside when you're ready. My truck ain't going nowhere. I mean, at the rate I'm getting paid, shit, I ain't worried. I'm not worried. These Uber drivers, they get pissed off. They start their little timers and everything, and then they want to drive off and leave people all the time. That's why the dude was early and he was rude because she had to get outside. She's not always ready when you get there. I know my client. She's not already ready. So the dude showed up early, was rude as hell, and the girl's like, well, where's Jeff? Oh, I don't want to bother him. I just had him take me to and from the airport. I was like, man. This is built-in tips. I got some swampland I want to show you, my friend. Exactly. So that's basically, how I treat my clients. Why I have a hard time putting a client like that into a pool of drivers, because I know her. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. The tips are highly appreciated, especially now. Man, it's crazy. Thank you, my brother X. Mr. Jeep, appreciate the info. There has status in the back, same as Risher. Oh, yeah. Man, I appreciate the super chat, guys. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you. And like I said, we're sitting here fighting because that client right there, she, even when she went and she used Uber, she was like, lesson learned. Next time I'm just and she sent me their whole text chain. She said, I had to send you this, Jeff. This was funny as hell because she was like, where's Jeff, the OG? This is how I treat my clients, because I don't want them to use Uber and Lyft, because we know what's out there in Uber and Lyft land. We know what's out there. We don't want to just throw them out there. I want to assign my drivers to people if I'm running late or I'm busy, or if somebody says, hey, Jeff, can you make it? Actually, I can't make it. But guess what? I got somebody I can send you, though. They're right in your area. Oh, sweet. Here's the number. Call him. He should be right in your area. Oh, thank you so much, Jeff. I'll call you tomorrow. And that's how my clients treat me. Thank you, brother. The car patio fund. Yeah, that was a nightmare right there. And I still got maybe a little, I want to paint it because right now it's just raw wood. I want to paint it to kind of secure it. So I got to figure out what color I'm going to paint this thing, man. I know I got some paint laying around in the garage somewhere for this thing. So, but that's, clients like her, I want to make sure that I do have somebody at least that she's comfortable with, she's familiar with. She went out on a date once and the guy ordered a Waymo. So she said, Jeff, it was the most uncomfortable thing ever. She says, I'm just so used to having you drive me around and we have great conversation. Even like the other day I picked her up and she was with the guy. We were all three just laughing, talking, joking, talking about Maseratis and cars and everything. She says, driving with you is so different. If we took a Waymo, it was so uncomfortable. We didn't know what to talk about. We just kind of sat there and was like, it was like pulling teeth. And I was like, ugh. She said, it was the worst. I said, I'll never take a Waymo with somebody ever again. It was the worst feeling ever. It's like you're trapped in an elevator with somebody. And it was like, okay, what do we talk about? We're trapped in an elevator for the next 20 minutes. What do we talk about? And yet in my car, we talk music, everything. So like driverless is not what people think it's going to be. They're not. And they pay me very well. And I would only set her up with somebody who was more like me, somebody who wouldn't mind having a conversation. If she got in the back seat and she's like, oh, hey, how's your day doing? Hey, what music you got? You got any EDM or you got, some fast, more upbeat rap? Because she likes stuff like that. You got some upbeat rap, like, something like Lil Wayne, some Drake. Okay, I'll play something for you. But if it was a driver that wasn't like me, she would be like, Jeff, that driver sucks. Just like you said about her Uber driver. He was rude and he was early. Waymo's horrible. This girl's honest. She'll tell you exactly what everything is. She'll tell you. And even her friend that was texting her back, they know about me. And she was like, where's Jeff, the OG? Because that's how they talk about me. Oh, Jeff, you'll love him. Riding with him, he's always got the music playing. He's got the sounds. He's got the drinks in the car already. You going to love Jeff when he pick you up, because that's how I do. And I would want people to handle my clients like that. Like I said, Right now, PAX is being built. But I know the type of product I sell when I do my rides, when I do my service. I know the type of person I am. I want to make sure that my clients know that I'm affiliated with some Uber level shit. I just don't want to do it. Not that people at PAX are Uber level, but I know one thing I don't like about PAX. The one thing, and I understand how PAX was designed. And we talked about it a lot. And we're going to have the CEO here on a live stream with me when we do lunch together. So everybody's gonna not like everything 100%, and I'm cool with that. Nobody even likes me 100%. I'm cool with that. But the tier system, I just don't like it. I don't know, man. I don't like the tier system. I don't like the professionals and the elites. I don't like the tier system. I get it. I understand what they want to do. Trust me, I understand it. It's just something, because I've been on this channel so long, being a driver for drivers, fighting for any driver out there that was willing to, I don't care if you got a white car, a silver car, a blue car, an orange car, a black car. I don't care. Are you ready to work? Are you ready to go out here and do customer service great? Are you ready to talk to somebody to get your worth? That's all I ever cared about. That was it. I didn't care if you was a diamond driver, platinum driver, blue driver, pink driver, no tier driver. I never cared about that. Never cared. So to have PAX now trying to trap the energy within tiers. See, that's foreign to me, because for 4 or 5 years on this live stream, I've never been in a tier. So they're like, oh, Jeff, you're going to be elite driver. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. I don't feel like an elite driver. I just feel like I'm just a private driver. I'm the OG. I'm cool. I don't want to be put on a pedestal or a level of anything. I've always said I'm not the best driver. I'm not the best channel. I've always said that. Just put me in the game and just let me do the best I can do. But don't put me in the game and say, hey, man, you're going to be the star of the game. No, because I might brick every shot I shoot. And I ain't going to say, man, he let us down. Maybe I was a brick shooter from the get-go and you put me up there and I'm just shooting bricks. So I like to get into the game and just be like, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to get in, do the best level of service, keep my car super clean. I want to get in, get out. I want to do this. I want to treat people right. I want to make people want to, have me as their driver. That's what I want to do. I want to take people to airports. I want to help with luggage. My car never really made who I was. I started with the Jeep, went to the orange car. Now I got the black truck. I was who I was before this black truck. I was always this way. So like I said, I understand what PAX is trying to do. I really get it. I understand it because it's the creation of levels of service. When I believe you should have the best service at the lowest level possible, and that's how you get your money. When I drove the Jeep, low level, I was making banging tips, getting private rides, taking people downtown for $100 from Gilbert to downtown in the Jeep, a Uber X vehicle, $100, because it was my service. It was how I was. When I had the Lyft, the Beamer, they had me on Lux and they put me on base tier. I was still banging out $200 trips, $150 trips. I wasn't even on the app doing that. It was my service. It was my car, because I never believed that I was on a tier. I just never was on a tier. Even when they tried to label me to be on a tier, I didn't allow them to. I was a Lyft driver, Uber driver. I wasn't even on no other apps. I didn't even have Hum yet, have none of that shit yet. I was like, I'm doing my own thing, no insurance and nothing. Because I refuse to let y'all put me in a tier called basic and treat me basic and pay me basic when I know that my service is a level above basic. I know I'm not basic because I've seen basic service out there. And it didn't matter what kind of car I had. I was always somebody who was willing to give advice, willing to consult somebody in the car. I was always that guy. So to actually get an app, like I said, I understand what PAX is doing, but to get an app, and for an app to say, we're going to label you as this, so this is the tier you're on. I don't know. It's not sinking in yet. It's just not sinking in yet. For some, oh, nice, man. I'm up now. I'm elite. I'm this motherfucker. I've been elite before elite was even elite. I've been bottom of the barrel driver. I've been every tier possible. That's why I say, y'all even see some of my videos. Tier don't make a difference. I will put all tiers on and start converting rides. If they didn't send me black and black SUV, y'all in my membership group know exactly what I say to get people. When I pick up Excel rides, when I pick up Comfort rides, when I pick up even Uber X rides, because y'all in my membership group, y'all know exactly what I say to get people to say, well, shit, hell yeah, I'd pay you that much more. Man, here, hell yeah. And it's sometimes way more than what they paid. Way more than what they paid Uber and Lyft. They end up paying me to take them from Tempe to downtown to dinner, $100. Tempe to downtown will pay me like $11. Tempe to downtown, maybe in a black SUV might pay me $25, $30. I'm getting $100 rides. $100 rides. Why? Because I pull them off the app and the tier don't matter. They basic UberX ride. They basic Uber XL rides. I pull them off the tier and I sell my services. I sell myself. I know who I am. And I elevate that entire ride. And they now know that they're worth the money. This ride is worth the money. All of this is worth it now. Man, great guy, great music the whole time. He playing some old LL Cool J Rock the Bells, man. He played Rex and Effects, man. I ain't heard that in so long. He played Black Rob, whoa. I ain't heard whoa. Just like whoa. Man, ain't heard that in so long, man. Dude, you fire, man. I love this ride, man. That's what I do. So they don't mind paying the money. Hey, you got a card, man? We're going to book you back. We'll be done with dinner in about 2 hours. You going to be in the area? You need me to be? Bet, man. We take us back to the house, man. We ain't riding no up body. This ride was fire, man. We doing this. That's how I was, man. That's how I was. And so you got to realize when apps are coming out, we already got apps out. We got Uber and Lyft out. 2 apps that I don't even care about what tiers are. I don't even care about what tiers. I don't care. Because I'm going to make my money regardless. I don't care what tiers are. But we have an app coming out that's now saying we're going to start putting people in tiers. First thing you need to do is gauge the community. We got all these drivers out there right now. Like I said, I understand what Pax is trying to do. But gauge your community first. Gauge the community. Ask drivers out there. Because the core of a community of drivers is not a tier, but it's the service level. That's all it is. It's the service. It is not what type of car you got. It ain't really how you eat. Because I told people, man, I'm wearing sweats right now. Oh, we don't care. Just come get us. I'm like, dude, I'll come get you in 30 minutes, but I'm wearing sweats right now. Oh, we don't care. And they still pay me $70 wearing sweats. So they really don't, because they know how I really get down. They know when it comes time for me to wear that suit to do this, they know how I really get down. So I tell people, man, you can't always throw people in tiers and expect that label to stick. It's like when you work in a company, you earn respect in that company. You don't just get a title in that company. Say, hey, everybody, this is your boss. You might be our boss, but we may not respect you as the boss. You have to earn that respect by treating us a certain way, and we treat you a certain way. And over time, that respect is earned. That's how it was in corporate. Everybody hated the new young guy. Who's this young ass dude walking in, think he know everything? Who's this new dude? And when they found out how I really was, man, we can't believe you're taking a different contract, bro. Can you just stay for one more year, man? Damn, man, we gonna miss you, man. You was the best boss ever, man. You gonna be... And that's how it was. That's how it was. And I'm like, respect is earned. And so you can't begin something. You got to gauge the whole community. You can't begin an app and right off the bat say, this app is going to dictate the placement of drivers who are already private drivers. A lot of us are already private. A lot of us already got a client base. A lot of us already do stuff like this. It's an instance where people need to step back and really analyze, how are we going to get an app that can fight against Uber and Lyft, fight against market share? How are we going to get an app that's going to actually appeal to drivers to drive on this app? So when people are looking for a ride, we got drivers on the app all over the city. How can we do that? First off is money, then respect. That's it. Money and respect is all it is. So I tell folks, man, if you don't have money or respect right off the bat, tears don't matter. Tears don't matter. So I don't want people to think because I said, even when I first got my black SUV, I said, man, these people in Lyft Black and Uber Black SUV, these people are the biggest assholes I've ever met. I said that. I didn't respect none of them because they didn't respect me. Oh, you think because you got a motherfucker, you ain't rolled black enough. You don't even understand, how to do an SUV. You don't know nothing about. I said, no, I need to learn how black SUV works on these apps. As far as me being a driver, I've been driving since I was a kid. I could drive, motherfucker. I had a black S420 driving the streets of Vegas before Uber and Lyft was even here, and I'm dropping people off all the time. I got carloads of girls everywhere I go, carloads of females driving a big black S420. I can drive a black car. I own one. It looked way better than this. Drove it everywhere. But learning on the apps, that's what I was talking about. I need to learn how these apps are pricing these rides, because if these apps are pricing these rides this way, what am I getting out of these rides? How can I negotiate my own rates? That's what I was talking about when I said I need to learn how to do the apps. These idiots on these apps, what they do? Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, brother. But what did they do? These people in the black SUV in the black market, the first thing, he just got that truck. He don't know how to drive black. Say, bro, I'm a private driver. I'm a businessman. I'm a contractor. I'm not an app driver. You're an app driver. I can learn to be like you by driving on the apps, but can you learn how to be like me off the apps? That's the trick. Can you learn to be like me off the app? I could be like you on the app. All I got to do is sit and take pings all day. That's all you do on the app is sit and take pings. But how do you get your true worth and your true value? You get off the apps. You got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to organize a schedule. You got to know how to show up with everybody's drinks already in the car. You got to know how to talk to people through text message. You got to know how to talk to friends of people when you go pick them up. You got to know what to say when they get in the car. You got to know what to say, what to play, how to say it, how to play it. And if you don't know how to do all of that, stick to the apps because that's where you're going to excel. Me, I excel in the streets. The apps hold me back. When I show you what I drove on Uber and Lyft versus what I make off the apps, you be like, oh shit, because I don't do app work. I'm not an app driver. We have app drivers out there. I'm not an app driver. This is my weekly summary on Uber right here. This is the past week that I just drove. 0. That's the past week I drove on Uber. Let me see what did I do last week. Last week, 0. Let me see about the week before that. $100. Okay, I made $100 the week before that, and I did 4 trips. I did 4 trips, $100. That was it. My biggest trip was $43. But I tell folks, man, my thing is not being on the apps. It's being off the apps and talking to the community, being in the community. That's my thing, being in the community. So when we got all these new small apps popping up out here, you got to gauge, check the community of riders we're dealing with first. Don't think we control the community just because we're building an app. We don't control the community. The community actually controls the app in the direction of the app. Because when you start thinking we're going to make an app, we're going to control the community, you lost already. You are too many private drivers out here. You lost already. Too many people can make money without the apps. They don't need apps. We lost already. You've got to make the apps lucrative. You got to make the apps attractive. You got to build cheese for the mousetrap. You can't just say, hey, we're going to build a mousetrap so the cheese, the people are going to come. Where's the cheese at? We don't need cheese. We just built the mousetrap, but there's no cheese on it. Well, they're going to come because it's a mousetrap. We call it a mousetrap so the mice know it's a mousetrap. But mice don't speak English, though. The mice don't even know this is a mousetrap. They see it as an object sitting in the floor. We speak English. We say mousetrap. We label it. But without the cheese there, the scent. What attracts the mouse? The scent of cheese. You need to have something. What attracts drivers to the app? The scent of money. You need the scent of money. So when you have money and you have an app that's willing to pay drivers money, that's when you're going to start attracting them. Attract them is not labeling them. You want to be an elite? Oh, fuck, I've been an elite. What are you talking about? You want to be a professional? I've been a professional. What are you talking about? I want some money. You got some money? We're working on that. All right, when we work on it, let's make it happen then. And that's why I said we're out here building right now, man. We're building right now, and we got to get it done. Because if we don't get it done, it's going to be one of those situations where we talk, and we don't follow it up. And the hard thing right now is, like, I remember when Hum first came out. When Hum first came out, it was like I said, I still use it to this day. I don't take any pings on it. I took maybe 1 ping on it when I was dropping my client off at the Ferrari dealership, and I had a ping right around the corner, which was odd as hell because I never get pings. I picked him up and dropped him off. He tipped me and everything. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I got a ping on Hum. What the hell? But what they did in the initial, when they first started Hum, all the rides went to only a select few people. And I think that turned a lot of people off. And I don't know if it was on purpose or if it just happened to be they were just in areas where all the rides hit. But one thing people don't like, especially drivers who want to get paid, want to make money, they can do their own thing. One thing they do not like is to hear a handful of braggers or riders bragging about how much money they got paid. When everybody was sitting around like, what do you mean? We don't even get pings. We don't, oh man, I'm having an amazing day on the app, man. I'm having a crazy day on the app. And everybody else is sitting around like, this app don't even work. Like, dude, I ain't getting no pings on this app. Oh, you just don't know, man. I'm on my 6th ride today on this app, man. I'm on my 6th ride. Bro, my app don't even ring. It don't even ping. So that makes people believe that people are funneling rides to certain people. That's what it makes them believe, even if it's true or not. But it makes them believe people are getting funneled rides. And that's where Hum kind of went sideways in the initial, because it was only a handful of people getting 17 rides, 18 rides. Everybody else was getting 1, 2, 0. Like, how are all these people getting all of these rides? What the hell? And people just started walking away from the app. And that's a lesson that we learned from Hum. And I think Hum learned that lesson. They probably trying to spread rides out more now. I don't know. Like I said, I only done one ride on them in a while, but I use it for commercial insurance mainly. But you learn from that, and you say, when we design and we build another app, that's the direction we do not want to go in, whatever. If one eats, all eats. Just like when I run my teams, when I'm doing my own private thing in the streets, when one eats, we all eat. Because that makes the system work a lot better. The system won't work better if only a handful are eating and the rest are sitting around like, well, ain't nothing coming through for me. This don't work. Oh, yeah. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because we as drivers have been through all that before. You can't repeat the same mistakes over and over again and expect, it to be any different than what people have already been through. And that's why like I said, this channel is supported by PAX. PAX believes in this channel like I believe in PAX, but I believe in building a product that's really truly for drivers, first and foremost. Because if you take care of the driver will take care of the rider. You take care of me, I will make sure I will have your favorite drink in the car. I'll make sure I have crushed ice in the car. I got a whole pack of brand new red Solo cups still in plastic in the car. I will make sure I have ice cold vodka from the freezer, not the refrigerator, from the freezer. Ice cold vodka in the car for you. I will have fresh Diet Cokes. I don't even drink Diet Coke. They're all sitting there waiting on you. If I'm out and I think the Diet Coke's probably got a little warm, I'll run in Circle K and I'll get another Diet Coke, little bitty bottle for $3. Why? Because I'm getting $100 for like 16 minutes. $140 for 16 minutes. So if I'm getting $140 for 16 minutes, I can buy a little baby bottle of Coke for $3. It's not going to kill me. A 2-liter probably costs $1. I'm buying a little baby bottle for $3 from Circle K, but it's not going to kill me because it's for my client. She's paying for this. So that's how I take care of my clients. You've got to make an app for drivers. You've got to make it for drivers. The drivers are going to take care of the riders. We said that when we first started talking about PAX. PAX is going to take care of the driver will take care of the rider. And I think somewhere along the line, that started getting convoluted. We're starting to worry too much about the riders. Well, what about the drivers? The drivers ain't going to do nothing. I mean, the riders are going to be there because people want to pay us. I always say that people want to pay us. We just got to be there. People want to pay us. So if we show up and we're there to do work and we're doing it the best level that we can do it on, no matter what, 0 tiers at all, no tier across the board, everybody just getting paid very well. Guess what? The app's going to work very well. Only get a handful of people doing it. People are going to walk off like Hum. Yeah, Hum dropped the ball. They dropped the ball a while. So, and I tell folks, man, it's the way that they did it. I understood that they were frantic. They wanted to hurry up and just be out there. They were taking every car on the market. You can have a Prius with a missing back window. They take that shit. Drive for us. You can have, a Prius that's 3 different doors put on that shit from wrecked cars. You could drive for us, man. You could and that's where I think they kind of went to the left because they were allowing all of that on their app from the get-go. And so I'm like, well, once you allow it from the get-go, you got to know what people are now expecting now. They're not going to expect the black SUV like mine to show up. They're going to expect what you've got on the app to show up. So you got to start vetting cars better. And I don't mean every car needs to be a black SUV. No, I mean every car needs to be clean, organized, ride share ready for something that's going to pay a driver more than what they get on Uber and Lyft. If Uber and Lyft won't even take some of these cars, we probably should. Just right off the bat. If Uber and Lyft won't take them, we definitely can't take them. Because you don't want to start out below Uber and Lyft because Uber and Lyft don't pay drivers. Uber and Lyft, the reason why those cars look like that on Uber and Lyft because they don't pay their drivers on Uber and Lyft. We say we're going to pay you better, so we should have better vehicles. You should be able to take care of your car better. You should take care of your life better, have savings better. Because if you're recreating something that's already out there, which is another Uber, another Lyft that's barely paying you, we already have that out there already. You're recreating what's already out there. So, man, I tried to apply for PAX, but it won't allow me to input username. Yeah, I don't understand what that'll do, what that means. Because I don't really work the back end of PAX. I just put my real name on there. I don't know, Jeff. So what like I said, I'm not a consultant for apps. I'm just a corporate guy who did very well in corporate early in life and got out of it. And now I just work with like the community. I work with people who I feel more in tune with, which are workers. I've always been in tune with workers, not really with executives, because executives, they're kind of highfalutin And highfalutin is like self-important. It means you think you're more important than you really are. So I'm really not in tune with a lot of executives because executives are highfalutin. I'm a worker. I scoop dog shit every day. That's what I do. I got 4 dogs. Even before this live stream, I went outside. I scooped all the dog shit before I came and got on the live stream because I want them to have a fresh place to shit out there, and I'll scoop it up tomorrow. That's really what I do for real. I'm not highfalutin. I don't think I'm more important than what I am. I scoop shit. That's what I do. I'm not more important than that. I own 4 dogs. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? So I'm not really a highfalutin person. I believe I'm a worker, and I'm in tune with the people out there who really do work in the streets, out there really doing it. And that's what I do every day. And I don't mind saying that. But some people, they get to a point in life where they start thinking that, their position dictates them. And that's why I don't like those tiers. I do not like tiers. Never did, even in all my videos. So nobody can ever say, well, just look at all my videos. I will tell people, ignore the tier. Don't even worry about the tier. I've been saying that shit for years on the channel. Ignore the tier. Only to end up with Pax who has tiers. It's like, bro, I thought you said ignore the tiers. Yeah, I did, but not for Pax though. No, because some people think tiers really make it or break it. I think services is top. I can take any driver out of this list, any driver out of this entire chat. I could take any driver tonight in a Ford Fusion, a white Ford Fusion. And I guarantee we'll somehow make $300 in that Ford Fusion tonight. I guarantee it. Because we going to go up and we going to talk to people. We going to say, hey, man, you need a ride. I can give you a ride off. Man, this Ford Fusion, you got leather interior in this thing? Oh, yeah, it's got a nice little sound system in this shit. I might fuck around selling my Ford Fusion by the time I'm done. They're like, man, how much for the ride? Oh, just $45, man. Oh, shit, they're cool. Man, this motherfucker smell nice, man. This thing is clean. Oh, this shit rides smooth, man. Ford Fusion. You don't need a black SUV. Ford Fusion. I can do it. So I tell folks, don't worry about tier right now. Don't worry about vehicle. You've got to build your client base. You build that based on service, based on making sure. This is funny. I got a red cord from our man. Hey, I tell people all the time, I'll do a Ford Fusion because when I first saw Ford Fusion with the plugs in the front, they had a plug in the very front. I didn't even know it was a Ford Fusion. I was walking up on it from the back. I thought it was like a big ass like luxury car. I didn't know it was a Ford Fusion. I ain't never seen a Ford Fusion. I'll come walking up. I'm like, that's like a big ass, like small ass BMW something. It was like that car, and it's bigger than the Beamer. It's like probably a 5 Series, 7 Series. That thing is massive. You give me some nice wheels, I'll throw some rims on that shit, tint the windows, take like on my Ford, I have all the badges blacked out. I'll black out all the badges on that Ford Fusion. Nobody will ever be able to tell what it is because it don't look like a Ford Fusion. It just looked like a sick ass car. It's a big ass car. I guarantee I can go out in the Ford Fusion and make $300 at a concert. It's got a lot of space in it. It's big. You could probably fit 4 people in the back seat. It's a big ass, it ain't little like my little ass Beamer. 3 people barely fit in the back of mine. Ford Fusion, you could do some work with that. And that's kind of like why I don't like tiers, because I believe in the potential of somebody's salesmanship. And you can walk out and you can make money in whatever car you got. You can make somebody believe that this car is something that they should buy. You can sell a 3 Series to somebody as you driving around in it, knowing damn well they probably don't even want a 3 Series, but you're going to make them believe a 3 Series is one of the best cars in the market based on how you do it. So it's like, I never really, like I said on my channel, I never really liked tiers. I never really liked car colors because I got orange cars and everybody was like, well, it's not black. I'm like, it don't got to be black. I make money with them. How do you think I afforded my black shit? I was driving orange cars. I still drive my orange cars around. Yeah, like I said, Audi A7, Honda, of course, look like Audi A7, because all the designers from all these companies left these companies. Like the BMW designers now work at Kia. So all the Kias look like BMWs. I could have got a car that looked just like mine for about half the damn price. It looks just like it. Probably got the same damn engine for all I know. So it's like, jeez. And call from, can I be a part of your thing? Oh yeah, brother, we'll definitely talk, man. We'll definitely talk. Because like I said, I don't care what kind of car you got. I just care about your service level. If you show up, with mustard stains and shit on your shirt, you're probably not going to fit in too well. But if you show up with like, a clean polo shirt on, some slacks, some little loafers or whatever, you open doors for people, you help with luggage, you ask people, hey, do you need to stop? You guys need to stop for anything while we're on our way? Because it's going to be a long ride. Oh, actually, can you stop at Quick Trip, man? I want to go get another vape or whatever. All right, cool. All right, because I know they're going to hum none at the hotel. Oh, can we stop here to get some food? We're not going to have none at the hotel. Cool, we'll stop and get some food. That's the kind of service I am. An Uber driver's not like that. They pick you up. Can we stop and get some food? No, you can add a stop in the app, but I'm not stopping just for none. I don't get paid for all that. See, that's why Uber drivers don't make it nowhere. A lot of my private clients come from people that came off the apps and was like, nobody's ever treated me like royalty. Shit, this is cool. Opening up the door, asking if we need to make a stop. I'm like, this motherfucker, I'm getting paid. When you take care of the driver's going to take care of the riders. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. When you start changing your focus to rider-based, you're leaving out the core. It's kind of like if you say, we only want to deal with the students in the school. We want to make sure the students have the best environment ever. We want to make sure, well, what about the teachers? Are the teachers being paid? Man, fuck them teachers. We're going to make sure the students get a Domino's pizza. They're going to have chocolate milk from Shamrock Farms Milk Factory. They're going to have gummy worms for lunch. What about the teachers? Man, fuck the teachers. Then the kids are going to have the worst experience ever because you got underpaid teachers and you're trying to create a great environment for all these kids. The kids are the function of the teachers. Take care of the teachers will take care of the kids. The kids are going to get everything they want. Pay the teachers well. Just like in rideshare, you pay the drivers will take care of the riders. Riders are going to have the best experience. It's so easy for me to get clients off these apps because the apps don't pay drivers nothing. And so, of course, they don't pay the drivers nothing. I'm being paid well because I do private rides and I'm trying to get my little surge. So, of course, I'm treating them like, they're like, damn, dude, you got a card? Man, just like my homegirl, my client said, the driver was rude and he was early. That's really how they are. Y'all heard a video where I was driving the girls around and the girls were like, yeah, that lady, she was cussing us out. She dropped us off in an alleyway. She was so mean. Y'all really hear this is how people talk to them because these drivers ain't paid enough. You take care of the drivers will take care of the rider. That's the system. I do not worry about trying to start an app that's going to make sure the passengers have, I got to make sure my passengers. No, the driver's going to make sure of that. It's out of your realm. You take care of that driver, I guarantee that rider's going to want to sleep in that fucking back seat. You take care of that driver. That passenger going to be like, man, I love your car, man. It smells amazing. It's great. It's this. Man, can I get you again? How can I get you again? You take care of the driver. Let the driver do his job. I don't micromanage no drivers out there. I let everybody do what they're going to do. Today, when I hit up King James, all I gave him was a phone number, an address. I told him who the people were, where they were going, their luggage count, and that was it. That was it. He hit me back up. Oh, bro, they gave me $55 for that. And he's in a car. He's in a car. He went like 15 miles. He got $55 in a car. And it's like, because he did his job. I don't got to worry. I just tell you where to go. After that, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. Hopefully you do. And those are my clients. But I know King James. So I'm like, he's going to go there. He's going to be hospitable. He's going to help him with luggage. He's going to get out, open the doors. I know him already. I had nothing to worry about. So it ain't like I had to tell him anything. Hey, man, make sure when you get there, get out, open the door. And when you open the door, close the door back. It's like, I ain't got to tell him no shit like that. I just tell him where to go. Here's the phone number. It's like, he'll do the rest because he's got great customer service skills. And that's the kind of people we got around us, man. I'll tell them I'll end the ride, take your time. You can pay me cash for the rest of the trip. They're usually okay. And that right there, see, this is free game that y'all gonna get. We're 2 hours into this, and James is dropping free game right here. Whenever people are talking about stops and everything, this really works because I do it all the time. What he's saying is free game. He says, I tell him, yeah, I'll end the trip here. Take your time, and you can pay me cash for the rest of the trip. They're usually okay. He's not lying. He's not lying. That is exactly what happens so many times. Oh, man, I hate to hold you up, bro. I know you got to be out making your money tonight, man. I know you got to, man, if you want to end, I can end the trip. And if you ain't going to take long, I can just wait on you. Oh, straight up. Just like at the W. What the dude gave me $100 at the W to wait for him. He says, I'm just going to run in real quick. That was the night that he was looking for his friend. And we found his friend in Dream Girls in Dream Palace, way down. We were way up at the W in Scottsdale. We went from the W to Lay Girls, all the way. We hit the highway, went all the way down to Dream Palace, and his buddy was in Dream Palace because they was like, hey, your friend's in town from San Diego. And he said, I just got to find him. So, and he found him. He was like, dude, what the hell are you doing here? Dude, what are you doing here? And it's like that night, dude paid me like $300. He gave me $100 to wait, and he gave me another $200 after all that driving around because it was a lot of time. $300. That was exactly what James is talking about. What Vets Rider's talking about. Exactly what he's talking about. You need to give people an option. Give them an option. Hey, man. Because he was like, hey, man, just drop me off at the W, this and that. And, I got to get another Uber. I said, you know what? I can wait on you if you want me to. Well, I just got to go in there and talk to somebody real quick. Okay. He went in and talked to the lady. The lady told him exactly his friend was in town and everything. They went to a strip club. So he was like, we just got to find them. What strip clubs are open? I said, well, Lady Girls is open till like 4. I said, so let's go there. And it was already after 2:00 in the morning. We went to Lady Girls. He wasn't there. He was in there for a minute. I said, well, Dream Palace is the next one. And then we got to go up to Skin and Bones. So we went to Dream Palace. He happened to be in the second one. Exactly what he's talking about. Give people an option. Give people an option. It's so much money out there. And when you don't give people those options to pay you, that you'll do some service for them. I mean, that ride, I think on Lyft, I think it was like $30. It was $30 on Lyft. What I got, it was a Lyft Black. And I ended it at the W. I picked him up, ended it at the W because he gave me the $100. So I just ended it. And I thought I was going to just, take him home once he went in and talked to somebody. He was like, hey, man, you know any strip clubs that's open? Because one of my friends, I said, okay, I'm going to surprise him. So I was like, I didn't charge him nothing because he already gave me the $100. I was going to take him to a strip club and drop him off. Got the Lady Girls. He wasn't there. I'm cool. I could take him back home from there. But he says, where's another one? So I'm like, okay, we'll go to another one. After he found him, I'm driving him back home and everything. He's like, hey, man, what do I owe you for the night? I was like, well, shit, man, you already gave me $100. He says, well, I'm going to give you another couple. $300, $330 total. Because I gave somebody an option. Take your time and you can pay me in cash for the rest of the trip. That right there works. Trust me. I did a video on that. It's in the video. And I actually recorded myself outside the strip club. But man, what up, Car Mike? My brother, what's good? What's good? The Jeffrey National Union boss. I don't know. Hey, if I was a union boss, I'd tell everybody if I was a union boss, you know what I would do? The first thing I would do is I would probably get a broker to broker all of us commercial insurance. I would say I would have pockets of brokerages say, you got to take this driving test. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then you get into this brokerage group in your city. And that's your commercial insurance group. It'll be like groups of like maybe 25. So 25 of you guys pay for that policy. 25 other drivers pay for their own policy. Everybody has a pocket policy. So if you're in Group A has their own commercial insurance policy. So you guys can do your own cash rides, whatever you want. You're on this insurance plan. As long as you pay your premium, you're in. It's like, shit, everybody pay their own premiums. And everybody's got commercial insurance. Everybody gets, 4 hire apps, 4 hire licenses. Everybody gets whatever. And that way, the apps don't control us. They have to pay us. Because like I said, as long as you show the money, the drivers will be there. We want to work. We want to take people around. We want to do that. It's not like we don't want to work. When we leave a house and we got these apps running, we want pings. We when you don't give it to us, well, we grabbing salmon straight out the stream. We out here grabbing clients right off the street. Hey, man, if you need a ride, man, I just dropped somebody off. I'm headed this way if y'all need to go. Oh, cool, man. Hey, he said he could take us. Oh, man, you could take 4? I can fit 4. Let's go. All right, bet. How much? I don't know, $60. Here's 100. Thanks, man. Shit, cool. Appreciate it. I said today, they be giving me so many $100 bills. I'm starting to think these is counterfeits. But when I spend them, they take them. What up, Christian? What's good, brother? It's like when I spend them, they taking them. So I'm like, all right, shit, I guess they are real. I don't know. But yeah, man, as long as the money is out there, we want to work. Drivers want to work. That Ice Cube shit's like, yeah. That shit's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Like, man. But like I said, we want to work, man. And as long as these apps are willing to put money on the table, drivers are going to say, that's a fair shake. I like that. That's a fair shake. I could do that. We're not trying to be greedy. We just want what's fair. Like I said, riders want to pay us. Drivers want to be out the house driving, working, being, a force in the community, being effective, doing something. Nobody wants to be paid for nothing. We just want to be paid to do something, but paid well. Uber and Lyft is telling people not to tip us. Doordash is stealing our tips. These big apps are not here for us. All we have right now is each other, and any little apps that are out there, we've got to help them work through all the problems that they got to go through. If we help them work through the problems, we're now creating a solution now. But if we don't help them work through the problems, we're just going to stay with the big apps. And that's the biggest problem right there. Help the small apps work through the problems. Hey, what's the issue? And like I said, they're good for that. They would have meetings. Has a lot of meetings where drivers show up at meetings on the phone or in person, and everybody voices their opinions about things. Once they voice their opinions about things, what happens? Things change. That's what happens. Things start changing. So you got to get people out there who are willing to help build something instead of just complaining about it. Have a suggestion. What do you suggest? What are you suggesting? Because I mean, if you don't like it, okay, what are you suggesting? What are you talking about? Because even like with PAX, what did I say? I said I don't like the tier system. And I've said before to several people at PAX, I said what we should do is not limit people based on just black SUVs and people. We need more cars out there, because when you can radiate this app, the app moves a lot faster. So you need drivers. And I even said it when we first started, we talked about regions of towns. You got, section 1, 2, 3, section A, you got all these different sections. You need drivers in each of those sections with that app running. You need to be marketing heavily in those sections, whether it's in newspapers in those sections, whether it's in websites, because you've got to get the traffic going so you can work on what that apps need to be worked on. Once you get the main baseline worked out on the app, now you can open it up to other cars in other sections now. But at the rate that it's moving, sometimes it could be going so slow, people just get turned off about it. I was trying to sign up for PAX for a minute, man. I just gave up, man. I ain't even trying to sign up for PAX no more, man. I gave up. They don't even contact. I don't even know if I'm signing up or what. People give up and they start doing private rides. So they go find something else to do. And next thing you know, when PAX is ready, there won't be any drivers left because they all just went, oh, man, I ain't worried about this shit, man. I ain't worried about this shit. Because people are hungry to work. People want to work. They want to get paid. They don't just want to be told that you're a part of something. Don't tell me I'm a part of something and you're not paying me. If I'm a part of something, what can I get out of this? Oh, well, I'm gonna send you an email tomorrow, and I'm gonna email you next week. Then we're gonna have a meeting Wednesday. I'm gonna text you later today. Okay, so when's the money coming? Oh, we're working on that. Then just leave me out of it. When the money starts, let's talk. Because it's a lot of time and effort and energy. When that effort and energy can be used, making that app work. So people can get out there and really get in the community and stop paying these apps like Uber and Lyft to rip us off. We really got to get these small apps up and running, man. So I'm like, man, that's what I'm saying right there, man. The corporate mindset to stay busy. What happened to efficiency, not busy work? Maybe that's what Uber banks on, busy-minded folks, not critical thinking. Fortune, that part right there, man. That part. Man, I'm like, I don't like busy work. I don't like, the same meetings. Like, this is what my boss used to tell me. Like I said in my last job, if I already sent her an email about it, she don't want me to talk to her about it. So if I see her again, don't talk to her about it. You've already talked to her about it in the email. So talk about something else. Because if you talk to her about what you just emailed her about, now you're wasting her time twice now. She hated that shit. She hated it. And I became like that because I became a function of her. I saw how fast she was advancing in corporate America, how people respected her, how they held her, and they held her time so precious. If Kathy was around, hurry up, be quick with her, be firm with her, and be out. Because Kathy, she didn't have all that time. She was like that. And I respected her for that. Well, Carmike said, every ride I got tonight, I converted and gave him my card, lifted her and suspend my account for 7 days. They all shit. I know it. They full of shit. I know it. Hey, good deal, Carmike. Hey, man, that's how you operate right there. That right there, you had a very lucrative night. So if every ride you got in, because people, they try to do the media thing. Oh, if you don't leave it on the app, it's not safe. If you take it off the app, it's not safe. Make sure you leave it on the app so it's safe. Everybody's still alive from the time they ran all those stories in the media till now. Ain't nobody died. Everybody's still alive. Everybody's making money. People are saving money. People got better drivers. They got safer drivers. They got the same driver. And that's what Uber and Lyft wanted to stop. And now it's to the point where Uber and Lyft are running out of money. So like, hey, if you got cash, just pay us cash and we'll just, pay the driver cash and the driver will just go in the system and tell us how much cash you get. No, we ain't. If you're going to pay cash, just give it to me. Shit, let's ride. I ain't playing that game with them. Doordash. Oh, if you can't afford the food right now, just make 4 payments of $2.67 each. No. These apps is run out of money right now, man. They run out of money right now. So it's like, nope. Keep going out there. Keep working the ground how you working it. That's your community. Those are your streets. Uber and Lyft are not in those streets. They're trying to claim it. For that Uber executive to sit there in that article and tell our community where we live, not to value us, not to tip us. That's some shit right there. How you gonna sit on a news interview in a thing telling people coming up, oh yeah, you guys don't have to worry about tipping anymore. I know you guys don't like to tip. You don't like to show drop. No, they like to tip. Y'all just like to steal that shit. It's a back end to that. But to sit and tell people that they shouldn't be tipping drivers that are not even getting paid. People are paying the highest fees they've ever paid to do rideshare, the highest fees they've ever paid. And you said, we can't pay drivers and you shouldn't tip them. Wait a minute. So you shouldn't pay drivers more than $15 an hour, whatever's going to have you leave Minnesota. And then on top of that, you're saying not to tip drivers. They're trying to create poverty, bro. They're trying to create poverty. They want to sit there and have drivers driving for more hours, getting paid less so they can fulfill more rides. And that's why the shareholders, when I dropped that video, the shareholders were asking them, we need to see the breakdown of your rides. If you're saying your gross bookings is this number, we need to see what is in that gross booking number. What's in that number? They don't want to show it. No, we don't want to show you what's in that gross booking number because it's all fees. Because they're like, we just want to make sure you're paying drivers a livable wage. We just want to see what that gross bookings number is to make sure you're paying drivers a livable wage. You're not running a sweatshop. Are you running a sweatshop with these drivers? You're paying people $9 an hour on average, $10 an hour on average for them to use their own vehicle, their own fuel, their own business equipment. These are business owners, not your employees. And you're paying them $9, $10 an hour. We want to see what's involved in that gross bookings number. And Uber and Lyft is like, oh, you don't need to see that. Because they know they bullshitting. They know it. They know it. So when you out there making that money, you doing your thing. Hey, I applaud you on that. I applaud you on that. Stay on it. If you talk to the riders and the riders is like, hey man, we see it in the media all the time. These guys ain't paying y'all shit. They stealing y'all tips. They steal $80 million worth of tips and they settle for $17 million. That's a $60 million bonus that they just gave themselves. They stole $80 million in tips and they settled for $16 million. That's $64 million in tips they still kept. So to them, it's a business plan. Hey, maybe we can steal $20 million in tips and we pay back and we settle for $11 million. We just won. I mean, attorneys on both sides win. We win because we got all the money from the stolen tip. We still sit on $9-10 million in stolen tips. Hey, man, we can keep doing this. Nobody goes to jail because there's no crime because we just blame it on an algorithm. We blame it on a glitch. Man, we win it. We keep doing this shit all day. Lyft's done it. Uber's done it. Doordash has done it. Instacart probably did it. But we got proof these other people did it. And it's like, it's a profit scheme, man. It's a profit scheme. They will just sit there all day and just steal tips. Okay, we stole 40 million. Oh, we got busted. Tell you what, we'll settle for 20 million. We stole 40 million. We'll settle for 20 million. And everybody's like, yeah. Attorneys get 3% of 20 million on this side, 3% of 20 million on that side. The rest of the money just stays in their bank account because they stole 40. And drivers don't get nothing. What do we get? Oh, we might give you guys, extra bonus this weekend. It's part of a settlement agreement to give you guys an extra bonus. But it's our tips, it's money we already made. So we're doing double the work to make the money that's already ours. You should just be cutting us a check. We already made that money. If you stole 40 million, cut us a check worth of 40 million and pay everybody whose tips you stole. But instead, they only gonna cut a small settlement and they're gonna say, go back out there and work some more. When you work some more, we're gonna give you an increase. We're gonna give you a $20 bonus for every day you work. And that's gonna be the part of the settlement. So I'm working for my own money again. You planned me, man. You planned me. And that's how they get away with it. Like you said, nobody ever goes to jail. Nobody ever goes to jail. You never hear, engineers at Uber caught in the scheme to shave tips and steal tips. Engineers at Lyft, engineers at Doordash, management at Doordash. You never hear nobody going to jail. It's all settlement for the theft scheme. What if it was a banking scheme? Let's say all of us banked at Bank of America and we all found out Bank of America was taking, $200 a month from all of us and they were just spending the money wherever. Just people were scheming. That person would go to jail. If it was a teacher embezzling from a school, that teacher would go to jail. If it was a CFO embezzling from some small company, that CFO would go to jail. But when it's Uber and Lyft, nobody ever goes to jail. Politicians are involved. Everybody's involved in this shit. Courts are involved. Attorneys are involved. All of these people know they're stealing from contractors. They're stealing from people like us. And yet we don't get any recourse for it. All we get is stolen from, again, another settlement. And they're going to do it all over. Say, bro, we making money off this shit. If we keep stealing 60 million and we turn around, like they be stealing at least 300 million in a week. They steal $300 million in tips a week and they give us back $16 million. It's like, yeah, man, we made $284 million last week off stealing tips. We gave them back 60 million. So it's like, man, the AI is designed to charge what you will pay, including what you typically tip, and goes up each time you tip to optimize you for their ill-gotten gains at the driver's expense. Oh, I believe it. And that's why all the prices of rides are eerily what they used to pay us with the tip. All these rides that are $12 now, all these rides used to be like $8, $9. They're all $12 now. So now the person got to tip us at least $15. Soon these rides are going to be $15. And when they're $15, we're going to be still getting paid the exact same amount. They'll never increase us because they're going to increase it to $15 and say, well, that extra increase is for Massport. It's for the airport. So the little increase we gave you in your fare, we're going to give to this third party over here. Well, what about the driver? You increased the fare and you didn't give none of that increase of the fare to the driver. No, it's not further. We don't care about the driver. Don't even tip him. Don't even worry about him. We did an increase so you can pay Massport because we got to pay them people. Them people need more money. Don't the driver need more money? We ain't worry about the driver. Don't even tip them. Don't worry about them. We trying to make it so you ain't got to worry about tipping them. Don't worry about them. Well, I want to tip them. We'll tip them. Tip. All right, then just don't give them the tip. Just steal it. Say, I hope that driver got my tip. The whole time driver like, that old ragged ass customer. I got out, carried their luggage for him. I did all that work for them. They ain't even tipped me. When they tip you the whole time, Uber just stole it. It's like, man. So he's on the news daily talking about how Elon needs to do business together. What? Who is that? Who is that? Who's saying they need to Elon? Oh, that's why Uber hates the Uber CEO. Elon hates him. Yeah. Elon ain't messed with Dara. Dara, man, he's shady. Dara's shady. Oh, yeah, 3 million drivers. Each one hit for 100 a week. Oh, I believe that. I believe that can happen. Easily can happen. 100 a week, man, they probably hitting people for 100 a day. Just think, they used to tip us 10, 20 bucks. If you do 20 rides and only half of those tip you, 10 of those rides tip you, that's 100 bucks right there. $10, 10 rides, $10 each, that's 100 bucks. And that's in one day, 100 bucks in one day. So I clearly believe they can steal $100 a week from a driver. Hell yeah, they can steal 100 a week. And that's how they making their money. Oh, we'll settle if they catch us. If they catch us, we'll just settle. Whatever, man, whatever. Was that it's the judges and trustees that are corrupt, not just Uber because they let them do it. Oh yeah, everybody's getting paid, man. Everybody's getting paid except us. They're actually telling people not to tip us. That's crazy. Like I said, when I saw that on the internet today, I was like, these people have went to the lowest of lows. We out there struggling. We going through poverty. We blowing up cars. We got high mile cars. There's people telling me they driving 100,000 miles a year. Oh man, I drive almost 100,000 miles in a year. That car ain't worth shit. And you still got like 4 more years of payments on it if you ain't paid it off in a year. If you're driving for $1 a mile, you clearly ain't paid it off in a year. So now you got this car with 100,000 miles on it that you're going to probably blow the engine out of. Transmission probably need to be replaced. And you got to keep using this for work. You ain't going to make it. But that's what Uber and Lyft like. They like those kind of drivers. Oh, yeah. They got some faulty equipment. Oh, yeah, this shit's going down the tubes. Oh, they're going to be renting from us sooner or later. If they ain't renting, they're going to be so deep in debt, we can send them shit rides all day, and they got to take them. All day long, they got to take them. And that's what I'll tell folks, man. Make sure you got your private client base. That is your leverage right there. Your private client base is your leverage. I have a private client base that gives me enough leverage to say, Jeff, we want you to stay in business. We see how you protecting the community. We see how you taking care of the community. We do not want you back behind no corporate person's desk, ripping off employees and shit just to keep a salary in a salary position. We do not want you corporate again, ever, ever. Stay in the streets. Stay with the community. Do what it takes to stay in business on your own. I'm here to support that. And those are the kind of clients I got. They know I don't want to go to corporate. But in corporate, you're going to get a great title. I don't need a great title. I'm scooping dog shit every day. What am I going to be? The CFO scooping doo-doo every fucking day? I'm still scooping shit no matter who you call me. My titles don't matter. My real life is what matters. So I need to be in these streets every day working. I need to be out here doing things, making the community better. That's what my job is on this planet. It ain't to sit up here and, oh, you look at my title, look at what my direct deposits are looking like. Ooh, guess what, my bonus check is coming. In the meantime, all the people who I grew with, all the people on the channel, all the drivers that we really was out here struggling these streets with, they all get left behind. And I'm sitting in corporate America thinking I'm better than everybody. I wouldn't fit. Because every day I'd be like, yeah, man, I need to get home and get on this podcast. Well, why are you on the podcast, Jeff? We're going to go to the wine and cheese mixer, the Catalina mixer. Right after this, we're going to the Catalina wine mixer. Right after this, you got to come with us, Jeff. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going home and get on this damn podcast, man. But you're a CFO, Jeff. You're with us now. You gotta. No. I'm cool. I couldn't do that. I've been down that road before in life. I went to a lot of conventions and gaming conventions and a lot of parties and after parties. And I'm just like, I feel like the odd man out. Everybody's out there. Oh yeah, when I was young, oh my God, my mom put me in water polo. Oh my God, the polo ball hit me in the head. I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't never played water polo. I ain't never seen a water polo game in real life. I got a polo shirt with the polo man backwards on it because I got the shit from TJ Maxx. And it's all the weird shit that I get from TJ Maxx. That's the closest I ever got to polo. Was fucking TJ Maxx backwards polo dude swinging the club backwards and shit. He's swinging at the wrong ball. And I'm like, no. So I'm sitting there like, nah, I can't hang with these people, man. Well, what about you, Jeff? What did you do? Well, one time we ran out of food, so, we made some rice. We put cinnamon in it one time, and we didn't have any sugar, so we played like it was rice cakes. That's what we did one time. We ate cereal one time, and we put the cereal, and we didn't have any milk, so we just added powder milk to it. That sounds horrible. It's like, yeah, and unlike getting hit in the head with a fucking water polo ball, that was pretty goddamn horrible. It's like, man, please. It's like, I ain't fit in with them people, man. I came from way too down. I was too down. Growing up in Memphis and everything else. Jeff, your last podcast was so controversial, I have to let you go. Well, can I at least have my water polo club from the office? Give him his fucking water polo club. Yeah, we'll give him something from the good old days. It's like, whatever. But that's the thing, though, man. Exactly. So these pitchers, they get super excited when they see a $20 million settlement. When in reality, they got billions stolen. There's still 40 million. We got a $20 million settlement. You're still 40 million in the hole. They had a rough night's sleep over on out there. And I'll tell folks, man, I just came from too far down the bottom. And it was fun being corporate. Like I said, I learned a lot. From people that I didn't grow up around. And it was funny. It was funny, man. I mean, this is a Beverly Hills Billy in the corporate world. Yeah. And it was like, it was just the things that I would say to them, they wouldn't expect, because I was so different. They thought I was so funny in corporate America. As they do, you were so funny. You'd have us dying laughing. And they always think I'm my asshole. Like they thought I was this young black dude coming in who thought I was better than everybody. Hey guys, we're gonna have you guys meet your new boss. His name is Jeff Watts. I'm like, yeah, we got a new boss. Yeah, that old bitch Yvette. I can't stand Yvette. Yvette's gone. Yeah, fuck Yvette. Yeah, we got this new dude, Jeff Watts. Sound like some old white dude. He got a white name, Jeff Watts. I can't wait to Jeff Watts. I bet he's got blonde hair, blue eyes. Motherfucker talk nasally. I guarantee that sounds like a Jeff Watts. Man, I can't wait to meet Jeff Watts. I'll walk through the fucking door. What's up, y'all? Who the fuck is this? This dude is fucking Tyrone. He supposed to be down in the mailroom. What the fuck? Who is this dude? That's Jeff Watts. Bullshit. That's Jeff Watts. Yeah, this is your new boss. Man, y'all motherfuckers playing with us, man. It ain't even April Fool's Day. What is it? March Fool's? Today's March the 1st. Is it March Fool's? This ain't no motherfucker Jeff Watts. Jeff Watts, white dude. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Motherfucker talk nasally and shit. Hello. Fucking accountant. This is not no damn Jeff Watts. No, that's Jeff. All right, whatever. Then they found out that I'm really a cool person. Like, I'm not an asshole. I'm like, dude, I just was giving this shit, man. So it's like I worked hard through a degree. I got this job. They gave me the job. I said, all right, let's do it. And they're like, dude, you cool as hell. You be playing basketball, pulling up on a big ass CBR 900RR in the garage and shit. Woot. I come to the parking lot wearing a suit. I be on a Las Vegas highway, going down Las Vegas highway on a CBR 900 with a helmet and a suit going to work. I'll pull up to the office. They be like, this dude is not the accountant. Yep, he is. This motherfucker pull up on a goddamn CBR 900 sliding sideways. Where's the breakfast at? But once they found out I was pretty cool, everybody was like, yeah, oh, my buddy, you want to come up here, buddy? Come on, buddy. He was sleeping up under the desk the whole time. He was good. Look at my buddy. This is my buddy Sika Pet. He was sleeping under the desk the whole time. I know it, buddy. He's like, you too loud, man. You're way too loud. But yep, that was my corporate days back in the day, man. And like I said, I ended up just, I did it for as long as I could. And I just realized that it was time for me to go. And sometimes, you're in an industry that it is just not serving you any purpose no more. I tried to do everything I can do to help corporate see the human side of life. A lot of employees I stood up for. I would always fight for staff. And employees, like, we get bonuses. We're parking nice cars in the parking lot. And these people got to go, get 2 jobs and shit. And I'm like, bro, what? I mean, we getting so many goddamn direct deposit. We getting money handed to us hand over fist. And these people got to work 2 jobs just to make it. I'm like, this shit just don't seem right, man. It just don't seem good. Like, we got nice cars. I'm like, dude, I got to get the fuck up out of here, man. I got to get up out of here. So that's what I chose to do. I said, I just can't live like that. I'm more of even though I'm a Republican, I'm more of an equal person. I don't want to be up so high while all the people I deal with is starving. I don't like that. And some of the people up top just had way too much money. They were doing too many things with us. So 80 hours a week, man, 14, 15 hours a day was easy. And I'm sitting there, watching all these people just eating too well. And everybody at the bottom is starving. And we're like, not really lying to people, but we're misleading people. That the harder you work, the better off you're going to be. No, the harder you work, the better off we was going to be. Because we the one getting all the bonuses and we getting all the checks. It was backwards, man. It was so backwards. So I was like, you know what? I belong outside. I don't belong in here, man. I belong outside. And so I just walked away, man. 2012, I just walked away and I just never looked back. I said, I'm going to do something different. I don't know what I'm going to do. I had no plan. 2012, I left corporate America with no plan. I had money, knew how to work on cars. So I started working on cars, got a good client base going. So I decided to do my whole mechanic thing. I didn't plan on that. It just happened to fall in my lap. I loved cars and always worked on them. So I started doing it. Came out to be a pretty lucrative business. Did that. Came out here. I was going to try to do it out here, but I didn't like it. So I met a couple of guys and they dealt with wholesale cars at Odessa. So they were selling wholesale cars at Odessa. And I met these guys there. So I was like, well, I'm going to get my license and I'm going to, sell some cars at Odessa auctions and stuff like that too. I know how to rebuild transmissions. I can do stuff like that. So I started working with Odessa, ended up seeing how it really worked for real. And I didn't really like it. I was like, Odessa, Mannheim, it's a little different. It's a lot because you got a lot of dealers in there who are really, really big dealers. And you got to move units. If you don't move units fast, you don't have time. You got to move units fast because you only have, so much time to pay off these cars. So I was like, it's a little bit deeper than what I thought. So I ended up not doing that. Started doing ride share in late 2019 after I bought this Jeep and everything. And since then, I mean, my life is just taking a totally different, just going in a different direction. And I love it, man. I love it. It said, send you an email with a screenshot showing you what you taught me. Life changing. All right, brother. I'm gonna check that email out, man. I got email on my laptop. I'm gonna check it out, brother. I'm gonna definitely check it out, man. Oh yeah, $1,600 a week or $800 profitable dollars. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting there like, you know what? Just doing rideshare the way we do it on this channel is way different than what these other channels are doing. These other channels, I laugh when I see exactly how they're so stuck on these apps, man. It's almost like they're in a trance. They're stuck in a trance. They sit there and they're like, oh yeah, well, if you open up the Uber app and you see that this is here, you do this and you have your Lyft app in the background and you do this and you do this, check that out. I just made $26 in the last hour. And I'm like, $26 in the last hour? We could do one ride that might take us like 20, 30 minutes and we get $50. So it's like, it's weird looking at these channels that drive like it's, 2000. They don't pay us like they paid us in 2000. So it's hard to see people still driving like it's 2000 and they're not paying. The surge is not real surge. And I'm like, how are you driving like it's 2000 still and it's 2025 right now? Things have changed. They don't even want people to tip us now. Things have changed. So you got to come out of those old ways. We got new apps out now. We've got people building apps right here in the states we're in. We got apps spreading. And so we got to help them perfect their system. If we don't help them perfect their system of how they're running their apps, we're stuck back driving on Uber and Lyft. And nobody wants to be that. All the small apps that are out here have potential. They really have potential. But they've got to get it right. And like I said, we learn from a lot of mistakes, learn from a lot of building. They've got to get it right. And I believe some of them can. They can do it. What's up, Seeker? What's up, Seeker? You sleepy? You sleepy? Yeah. And I believe they can do it. But it's going to take, people just kind of really paying attention to the driving market out there. Not thinking that an app can control drivers, because we already had that issue with Uber and Lyft. So an app can't control drivers, but rather drivers have to control the way the app operates. Drivers have to say, if this app can do this, this, and this, and go in this direction and have this many rides coming at this times a day. But it's all about marketing, and it's about moving stuff, and it's about getting things going. Hold up. Dude, what are you doing? You looking like Gizmo. You looking like Gizmo. You good? He was sleeping. Now he still half asleep right now. You ain't even awake yet. Look at you. You ain't even awake yet. Look at you. Are you mad? Are you mad? You're a mad dog. You went from bad dog to mad dog. Look at you. Man. These motherfuckers get on YouTube, do 15 to 18 hours challenge on a Saturday. Anything they killing. Bro, you're a monster, man. 15 hours. I know it. This is bad. Yeah, this is my buddy right here. My buddy Seeker. He's sitting on my cables right now. Wait a minute, dude. There. All right, now you're out the way. There you go. You feel better now. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. The success of the small apps will be about the driver's activity. And we've got to go out there and we've got to really fight, man. We've got to fight for the success of these small apps. But the only way to do it, like I said, the only way to make these small apps really work is for these apps to listen to all drivers, not just a handful of drivers. When you listen to a handful of drivers, you're going to end up with a handful of drivers. When you end up with all drivers, you slowly start weeding through the drivers that are preventing the growth of the app. Because these apps can grow exponentially based on marketing, based on how they sell the apps, and based on how they pay the drivers. The riders are there because the riders are using Uber and Lyft. The riders are there. The riders are at the bars drinking. The riders are going on dates and leaving dates. The riders are coming to and from the airport. The riders are there. Do not worry about the riders. Worry about the drivers. Once you get them, the rest is cake. The rest is cake, because drivers want to drive. They want to make money. They want to go out and meet new clients. And I'm like, I love meeting people. When I'm driving the truck and everything, I pull up to Walmart. Oh shit, trust me. I'm giving cards out to people just like, hey man, if you ever this and that, you need a ride or whatever, you guys they all dressed nice in suits and shit. You guys ever need? Oh, actually, man, we're here in town on a conference or whatever, and we're gonna be over at the stadium too. All right, cool. Like today, I met people today. I gave them my card. They're here from Hawaii, so they're here from Hawaii doing a conference. It's a Hawaiian conference, trying to sell tourism and growth and development of Hawaii to get people to come to Hawaii to do commerce over there. So they're here in town now. So, and I gave them 2 cards. So they'll be here for a couple of days. Hopefully they'll call me back for a ride and everything. I took them up to Scottsdale. So hopefully they'll give me a call for a ride tomorrow or something like that. But they were a great little 4 people, pretty cool group and stuff like that. But I meet people in conferences all the time. I love going out meeting people like that. I don't want to just sit around all day waiting on a ping for $11. When I can have people like this be like, hey, here's 40, here's 45, here's 60, here. This is what we do. If we don't meet people, we don't meet the money. Sitting and waiting on the apps are out making all the money. And we sitting there driving for peanuts. Hey, Jeff, want to go 11 miles up this way for $9.56? No, I don't want to go 11 miles that way for $9.56. If I'm going 11 miles that way, this dude going to probably pay me about 35, 40 bucks. It's like, why would I do it for that? No, I won't even disrespect my client base by doing that. Jeff, man, I heard you out there doing $9 rides, man. What the hell? You doing $9 rides? Never. My truck will stay parked right there. I ain't going nowhere for no $9 ride. Hey, man, $9, man, for 11 miles. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, we make Uber Lyft made double off of us. Every dollar we make, they make double off of us, man. See, Greg, like, I'm like, bro, you could have converted half the. See, Greg, you think like me. You think you're an opportunist. You hate to see a ride that you could have just said something. Especially when I see ride where somebody tips like $5, $10. That person wants to pay you. That person wants to. There's some cheap ass people out just looking for the cheapest ride they can go. I don't even want that person in my car. But when I start seeing rides that I can convert, oh man, it hurts me to see people let money walk. I'm like, man, just get that, man. Just try. All you gotta do is just try. Say, excuse me. How often do you guys come to Phoenix or whatever? You guys come to Phoenix often? Man, we're like, man, my daughter lives here, so we come check her out every month or two. I tell you what, here's my card. Next time you guys land or something like that, don't worry about it. I'll come pick you guys up. I'll bring the truck, whatever, this and that. And next thing you know, I get a text message. Hey, my dad said you're a driver and me and some girls want to go up to Scottsdale. How much would you charge us to go to Scottsdale? I'm like, oh shit, where are you guys at? Off Tempe? I don't know, 30, 35 bucks. Perfect. Can you pick us up like in 2 hours? I got you. They end up giving you $50. Here's 35 plus here's the tip. And you met her parents, and her parents are back at their home state, and they just text back, hey, this is the guy right here who gave us this card. Call him because he does group rides and stuff. Oh shit. I hate to see conversions just walk away like that. There's so much potential in that money, and people are just scared to make it. Well, if I say something, I might get deactivated. If you don't say something, you're going to get deactivated. And not only that, you're going to be broke and deactivated because they're going to deactivate you one day. Hey, thank you for doing 35,000 rides at $1 a mile. So it's like, man, you did 35,000 rides on an average of $1 a mile and you're deactivated because we think you're AI. You can't be real in the head. What idiot does 35,000 rides at an average of $1 a mile? You're AI. You're scamming us. Like, man, the Uber Lyft charging about $2 a mile. That could be yours. And that's the thing. Some rides, they're out there charging, man, I've seen where they're charging $8, $9 a mile. These people are going like 3 miles, paying like $25. I'm like, bro, 3 miles? And y'all pay $25? And it'd be like from dinner to home. I'll get like $12 for it. It'd be like a Lyft ride. Lyft Black ride. I'm like, okay, Lyft Black, all right, $12, 3 miles, all right, about $4 a mile. But the person just paid 25. So the app took 13 and I got 12. And I'm sitting there like, man, I could have picked these people up and took them for $25. What the hell? That's why I just stopped, man. I just stopped. What up, Big Orange Kev? Yeah, brother. One of them late night chats. Like I said, it's already almost 11:30. I got on at like 9, maybe. I think I got on at 9. I think we're running till midnight. It's only 11:30 right now. We got another couple. I got the dog sleeping again. He's knocked out. He's mad. He's like, man, I'm ready to go to sleep. Yep. Average fare is about $3, $4 a mile. And I believe that if the average fare is $3 to $4 a mile, we can walk away with at least $2 a mile. That's fair enough. Especially when we get in those big rides. Those rides are like $30, 30 miles. They're doing 30-mile rides for like $32. I'm like, but they're charging these people like $70 for these rides. You're going 30 miles and the person paid $70 for the ride and you're getting like $32 for it. I'm like, that just don't sound right. It should at least be like $60. And the app can take like $10. Whatever. But to sit up there and say the app's going to get 30 and you're going to get 30. We ain't partners like that because y'all not doing the ride. I'm doing the ride. I'm burning up my gas, my time. And it's like, this is the only business where Uber and Lyft, the equipment and everything with Uber and Lyft, their entire stick with Uber and Lyft is their stock value is going up. Their prices are going up. Their company value is going up. But all the drivers, is the value of our cars going up? Is the value of our tires going up? Why is our business equipment and our stock value, everything we own and we possess, the values are going down? We're getting paid less and all of our values are going down, but the value of Uber and Lyft keeps going up. It's like, this don't seem like a good business model here, where the people actually doing the work are becoming worth less and less, paid less and less. And the other people on the other end of the equation, Uber and Lyft, they're getting more money out of the equation. They're charging more fees. they're becoming more lucrative of a stock to own, and we're becoming less of an asset. Because who's going to want some dude like me, 50 years old, 51, 52 years old, driving around in a 300,000 mile car, barely can start in the morning because the damn battery cables probably done blew the fuck out. And I'm supposed to look at myself as I'm worth something. I say, bro, you're like 51. Your car's got 300,000 miles on it. You still owe 45,000 miles on the loan. You're already late 2 payments on it. You don't even have insurance on the motherfucker. Yeah, you're doing a bad business plan. You got a horrible business plan. Hello, Tricks. This is the little pup. He's up today. What's up, Seeker? You want to say hey? Huh?
Hey, buddy. Look at you.
Are you sleepy or something? What's the deal with you? You sleepy? Huh? What's the deal? What's the deal with you? You super sleepy, huh? He is super sleepy, man. This dog. This is what he does all day. I know it, buddy. I know it. You're tired. We're gonna get you. You're gonna get a nap in a minute, buddy. I know it. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're gonna give you a nap. Thank you. I appreciate it. He's slowly waking up then, because he was tired a minute ago. Now you want to lick me now. Now you want to be my friend. Thank you, buddy. Ow. I got sweat in my eye or something. Something stinks in my eye, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, but like I said, we're the only company out there where we're the only part of the business out there that is, we're doing all the work, but our value is depleting like fast. Every day we drive, the depreciation on our vehicles is adding up. Our bodies are getting more banged up. Our bank accounts, if we're not doing private rides, the bank accounts are drying up. Loans. Now it's to the point where they're even offering like loans for people to eat food. Loans are getting bigger and bigger. And I'm sitting there like, man, this is the most backward business model I've ever heard. If you're driving straight app and that's all you're doing is straight app, you're feeding into the problem of this business industry right now. You're feeding into becoming worth less over time. You're getting older, more banged up with a more banged up car, with your credit score going down and all of a sudden these apps are like, hey, we're worth more than what we've ever been worth. Look at the value of Uber. Look at the value of Lyft. Oh my God, all these peasants and idiot ass drivers, they just made all of us rich. Oh yeah, if you're gonna need an engine replacement soon, man. And this is what I keep thinking. I want to take my engine out of my Jeep while it's still good, just so I can put it in the garage. Because if I take the engine out, put it in the garage, drop a new one in, the new one fails, at least I know when in the garage is good. I just take that one back out and put it back in. It's like, man, I don't want to take a busted engine out, put an engine in, that engine bust. Now I'm on my 3rd engine already. It's like, damn, why didn't I just take it out when it was still working? At least I knew it worked. Put it in the garage, put another one in, run it until it breaks, and at least I know I got one in the garage that worked because it was working when I took it out. Buddy, look at you. You want some snacks? Yeah, man, but no, it's almost paid off. Yep. And that's my Beamer, man. My Beamer's almost paid off, so I'm glad about that because I was paying a lot off on that thing. So the Beamer's almost paid off, and I just got to pay the truck off. I don't think I'm going to get another car for a while because I think I got all the cars I need, man. All the cars I need. I think I'm doing it. So I'll have the Beamer, I have the truck, I got the Jeep, got the Escalade, no more cars for a while. I'm good. And it'll be paid off and no more money. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy for doing Uber and a rental, but no car, converting rides, private clients, that car is paid for in 3 max, and I can drive it into the ground. Hey, sometimes you got to do it, bro. If that's what you're doing, if you driving that many hours, hey, run that shit into the ground. Because Uber's going to turn around and be like, oh, man. And you don't have if you don't have no mileage limit, drive the hell out of it, man. Drive it like nuts. So you think 150 is a lot? CVT? No, I don't think 100 because my Jeep, I got 258,000 miles on my Jeep, 224 on the truck, on the Escalade, 110 on the black truck, 116,000 on the BMW. So all my cars are high mile cars. Where you going, buddy? You want to get down? Hey. This dude. Oh, look at you. You fell down, man. What are you doing? He's going back to sleep. He's like, I'm going back to sleep anyways. All right, go to sleep. Oh yeah, man. Because these cars, man, I keep them running. I keep them clean. I keep them worked on. I'm always checking the oils. I'm checking everything else, man. So you have enough to start your own fleet. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, and both of my sons, when they come out, if I need errands run or something like that, I could leave the house in the truck. I could go to work. They could take the Beamer. They could take the Escalade. They can go do all the errands I need done. Be like, hey, go pick up some wood. Once you're done picking up wood, go here. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Kids are old enough to drive now, so whenever they fly in town, that's my staff right there. I got company cars now. Dad, I got to go here, go there. Don't bother me, motherfucker. Some keys in the kitchen. Don't bother me. I ain't got time, man. Do not bother me. Go get a set of keys. Take it. Just be safe while you out there. Don't call me. It's like shit. I'll make it. And that's when my oldest son came to town. I just gave him keys to the Escalade. I said, here you go. Bring it back when you're done. Don't call me. Don't bother me. You ain't got to do nothing. Just if you need to talk to me about something, that's cool. But hey, it's your truck for now. Just take off. Cause I'll be too busy, man. I'll be way too busy. They be like, damn, your dad just gave him the car keys and said, just come back whenever. Because I'm busy. I got shit to do. I don't got time to be messing with y'all, man. Just take a truck, take whichever one you want, and just leave. I'm busy. And my neighbors be like, damn, man, we thought you was gone. We saw one of the trucks gone. Yeah, my son took it. He had to go do some work. It's like he had to go move some furniture and stuff. I don't want to be bothered with it. Yeah, with CVTs, it's random if you get a good one or bad. But just thinking about a CVT could make it break. Yeah. Just thinking about a CVT could make it break. Yeah, CVTs are random, but as long as you take good care of them, they can last. And the good thing about a CVT transmission, they're easy to get in and out the car. So if your CVT transmission goes out, it just sits right on the side of the engine. You can take the whole engine out, replace the transmission, just replace the transmission by itself, slap it back on, put the engine back in there. That's it. It's not that hard to do. You just take the exhaust system off because everything runs through it. Your drive shafts are front wheel drive and everything normally. So it's super easy, man. It's super easy to change out CVTs. Like I wouldn't try to rebuild it. I just replace it. Like, no, I wouldn't even rebuild it because it's got links and chains and shit like that. No. Oh, the Ford Fusion made it to 49,000 miles, needed a new CVT. The second one lasted 200 miles. The third one I drove 2,000 miles. And I sold the Carvana for $10K. What? This is now I drive a 10 Civic with $200 original. You know what? I don't think they were putting a new CVT in your car. They were trying to rebuild that CVT. That's what it is. They were trying to rebuild it. Because if a CVT can last longer than that, it can last a lot longer than that. Because I've seen some CVTs out there, almost 200,000 miles, Saturns and stuff like that, running. So I think they tried to rebuild yours. They tried to play you. That's what they did. Oh yeah, tell them we put a new one in there. Charger, this much. Nope. Just replace the whole thing. Take the old one out. And what I would do is when I would take mine in, if I was to ever have a repair like that done, I would spray paint all over my transmission. So if they try to rebuild it and put it back in there, I see the same spray paint. But hey, this is the same transmission. How you know? Because I spray painted it all over it. I didn't change out my transmission. Oh yeah, 17s. Yep. And them Fusions are pretty cool though. Them Fusions, I could see driving one of those. I could see that. That's what I could do. Those are some nice looking cars. I remember I saw it at the dealership. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's clean, nice. Looked like a big ass, like a BMW or something like that. It was a big ass car, and I was like, this thing is nice, like an Audi or something like that. It was real nice. But yep. What time is it? Oh, we're at 2 hours and 52 minutes. So I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna do with this 2 hours and 52 minutes. We're not gonna go over 3 hours. I'm gonna get this dog fed and take his butt to sleep or whatever because he's having a rough day today. I've been gone half the day, and usually I'm home with him sometimes, but whenever I leave this dog alone, man, he is so sappy. He's so sad. He up under there sleeping already. He's mad at me. So, but I just wanted to get on this live stream. Tomorrow, this live stream will be available and viewable for the people who missed it tonight, but they'll be up tomorrow, and they'll probably comment on it, and we'll drop another live stream. Like I said, I got to meet with Daniel Sidler, the CEO of PAX, and we're going to sit down at lunch and have a huge conversation about the apps, the state of the industry. It's not going to be like that David Risher interview. This is going to be like anytime y'all ask a question in the comments, I'm gonna see if I can write some questions down because I'm gonna make sure we get Daniel to answer all these questions because I know people got a lot of questions. We're drivers is what we do. But I believe he's got a vision. I believe he's got some solid answers. He's got a solid team working on this thing over in India. He's got a solid team working on it here in Phoenix. It's an app that needs help, and it's going to make it. No app is going to be perfect. It's a great concept. I can see it coming together, but it's going to take people to step out of who they normally are to make this concept work. And that's me. Like I said, I know how things can go, especially when it comes to small apps and people's all getting there, getting their fingers dirty in corporate and trying to make this. Don't make it corporate. Whatever you do, don't make it corporate. Oh yeah. I'm here for the furry and the good driver advice. Thank you, Trixie. I'm gonna have to have Sika at lunch with us. He'll probably be eating my lunch. He's quick with this. He'll bite my damn sandwich so fast. He's so fast for human food. But okay, Greg, I'll see you, brother. All right, man. Hey, like I said, I gotta talk to Daniel tomorrow. I gotta text him. We gotta set up this lunch thing. That way we can be ready to answer all you guys' questions. It's gonna be midday. So I'm going to do the best I can to let people know when we'll actually plan it. Because if you can actually get on this live stream and ask him some actual questions, it's only going to help. Because we need, like I said, to build an app, we need more drivers. We need to actually have input in the direction and vision of where they see apps going, of where they see rideshare going. And if we can do that, like I said, an app that listens is an app that's going to make it. The apps that don't listen, like Uber and Lyft, are not listening. Those are the apps right now taking hits because drivers have been talking and protesting and everything else. These apps are taking some serious hits and they're trying to find a way out of it. So the smaller apps coming into the fray, listen to what the drivers are saying. Listen to how everybody's talking about not being paid right, which is why that trickles down into riders having a horrible time. Because when you're in a car with somebody who's not getting paid right, you're going to have some type of animosity. Man, you want me to stop here? Man, I got to take an extra person. Man, you got an extra bag. Man, you got to do this and that. Because they're already not being paid enough. But when somebody is being paid, all that shit's just to the wayside. And I'm proof for that. My clients, they say, hey, man, can you do me a favor instead of parking on the front? Can you go around back? No problem. Let me screw it. But yet, with some of these drivers, like y'all heard in the video I did with the girls, I'm dropping you guys off right here. This is where the pen is. It's in an alleyway with trash cans, lady. I'm dropping you off right here. It was like, man. I was like, that's funny shit. What did you say, Billy? That dog is so funny. I told my girlfriend, no moment I've seen that video of you basically adopting it. He ain't getting rid of that dog, and here he sits. Hey, man, for real, Billy, I'm gonna tell you right now, I did my best. I did my best to find a home for this dog. I gave it like a whole day. It was like a day or two. The people at the office where I was didn't call back for the dog because I gave them my car. They never called back. The next day, a couple of people saying that they might think about it. No, by that time, he had already formed like a little routine. He was already doing his thing. So I was like, well, he seems to be pretty comfortable. The dogs all like him. Everybody's cool. I was like, fuck it. What's one more pile of poop to scoop up? And the only thing is, he's an eater, man. He's an eater. This dude will eat food and he'll make all the other dogs start eating right behind him. And then I just blaze through dog food. I'm like, I used to keep dog food forever. Now that shit's because he will get everybody started. He'll start barking. Everybody barks. He'll start going to the dog food. Everybody goes to the dog food. He is like the instigator of everything. He initiates all the energy of the house. When he's asleep, everybody wants to go to sleep. When he's up, everybody's up. He's an instigator, man. He's an instigator. So I'm like, yep, he can hang out with us. He can hang out. I got a heart for dogs, man. I got a heart for dogs. So it's like, whatever. It's gonna be sad whenever he like has to go or whatever like that. And so I'm like, just keep him forever, man. Keep him forever. He's my little pup now. They listen to actual people that make them the money. It all coexist beautifully. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, Greg, man. If these apps actually listen to the people that made this app, made the money, we would all coexist beautifully. But we're going to have a conversation, like I said, with the CEO of PAX, and you guys are going to be able to ask all questions you want. Ask them when it's going, how do we plan on spreading? Ask them about future plans, concepts, current actuals, thing that's going on. Like I said, it's going to be a straight up lunch, man. It's going to be a great lunch. It's going to be a down to earth interview, and I want everybody to be involved in it so he can see how excited riders are and drivers are about potential apps growing and becoming bigger. I want him to see the excitement because once he sees it, it'll light a fire up under him, man. It's going to light a fire. Thank you, Mill. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the super sticker. But hopefully it lights a fire in Daniel, and he's like, you know what? We gonna knock this out the park. We're gonna knock this out the park. And it's gonna have them all go back to the drawing boards. And when he comes up with this app, it's gonna be like, because right now it's still used, but it's in test phase. So we are doing rides with it, but we're working through a few bugs. But once he sees how invested you guys are in and seeing how far this app can go, it's gonna light some up under him. And that's what I think we need right now. We need people that really, the drivers that make this industry, all you guys in the chat, the actual drivers that make this industry work, because you're in these streets every single day. You talk directly to the CEO that's actually funding this app, building this app, organizing this app. You get this guy to realize how important you guys are as drivers and what you'd like to see in the app and what you like to see in the industry. And this is how we make a change. Because dealing with these big apps, it's a wrap. They don't even want us to have tips, man. I'm done with them. But I appreciate you guys for getting on this live stream, man. Rock with me in the middle of the night when it's 11:50, almost midnight, 2 hours, 59 minutes, 45 seconds. This is how we do, baby. These 3-hour long streams all the time. All right, Trixie, you be easy out there. All right, Greg, Billy, y'all be easy. My man, Melly Mel, Porfino, y'all be all right, man. We're going to do this again tomorrow.